Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of Unobstructed Views. We are brought to you by Blue Moon. When you choose a Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. My name is Alanna Rizzo. That is Jared Carrabis, of course. So happy to be with you for a brand new year on Unobstructed Views. And of course, we are joined by the third member of our team, Jonathan Papelbon, who is at home in the SIP. Pap, good to be with you. Are you psyched, my friend, for another year on Unobstructed Views?
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully we can get some Unobstructed Views wins this year and do a little bit better than we did last year. And maybe hopefully get this team rolling. You know, they got to start getting some wins, and hopefully Unobstructed Views can help them.
I agree. Maybe we're going to be the catalyst that turns things around, Jared Carrabis, because we need you to start smiling again.
I haven't smiled probably since last October, somewhere around that time when we brought Pap out on stage at the House of Blues. That was a great time. That was probably the last time I felt joy, Alanna Rizzo. That was probably the last time that my heart felt like it was full. Would love to turn around tonight, though. I feel like this could be the turning point. They come at our boy TS10. We got to answer. We got to respond tonight.
I agree. They're coming at your boy.
Yeah.
He's like family to you.
Yep.
Trevor Story
he's
got
like the brother
plunked.
that I never had.
We will get into that momentarily on Unobstructed Views. A lot of stuff to talk about. Your life, though, is pretty linear if you haven't smiled since October, all based on what the Sox are doing.
We'll get to it later. You know, like, oh, what'd you guys do this past offseason? You had pictures. Pap had pictures. I was like, nothing. I did nothing. I sat around and I waited for baseball season to start, and that's why I'm so mad.
All right, we are happy that you guys are here. We're going to turn things around. He's going to be a little bit more positive. Pap's going to break a lot of stuff down. Thanks for being with us, guys. We're psyched. We'll be right back. All right, we welcome you back tonight on the Hill. It is Sonny Gray's return. We'll get into that momentarily, but I want to go back to yesterday's game, gentlemen. Pap, I want to know your opinion on this whole Framber Valdez intentionally hit. I'm just going to say he intentionally hit Trevor Story. There's no way that you can tell me that was not intentional.
It's nefarious.
Obviously, he is getting lit up like a Christmas tree by the Sox lineup, whether it's because somebody was relaying signs at second or he just didn't have his stuff. What's your take on this?
Well, you know, there's a few different takes. You know, sometimes when a pitcher is getting lit up like he is, that pitcher wants to send a message as well back to the Boston Red Sox and say, hey, you're not going to just stand in there and wail away at me, even though I don't have my good stuff. Because to me, Framber Valdez had absolutely nothing yesterday. He went to the Hill with no good pitches. So he's doing something to try to get them off of his pitches, but at the same time, we all know that it was intentional. And, you know, the Red Sox are going to take exception to that. And for me, you know, the best way to beat them is to continue to just get hit after hit after hit.
He looked like he wanted no part of what was going on the Hill yesterday. He gets ejected. He's like, that's fine. I mean, later on, he said that he felt it was unfair about the ejection, but he wanted to get out of that game.
He's a big baby, Alanna. Like, this is his MO. Like, he was obviously getting shelled. I think he was the most telling part about this whole situation is what A.J. Hinch had to say after the fact, where he was like, I didn't like that I was out there. Like, of course, we're going to have our guys' backs, but, like, I didn't like the reason that I was out there. Your own manager doesn't have your back. It's just been his MO. He was giving up 10 runs, didn't want to be in the mound anymore, and he's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, he had a narrative coming into the season, guys. They spent a lot of the offseason, his agency did, trying to tell people that, listen, he is a good teammate, he is a good guy. The narrative that he is not continues. Sonny Gray is back. That is a good thing for the Sox. We'll get into that right after this on Unobstructed Views. All right, we welcome you back. Sonny Gray is also back, coming off of the IL. He's looking for his third win of the season. So I ask you guys this as we have our whiteboards ready. You guys can play at home as well. How many innings will Sonny Gray pitch tonight?
Ooh. Can I go?
Sure. So 4 and a batter?
I think he comes out for the 5th and doesn't get an out. 4
Really?
plus. Yeah.
4 plus. All right, so yeah, 4 and a batter.
Yeah.
All right. 4 2/3. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he's going to go 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to complete 5 innings of work tonight against this Detroit Tigers offense. Okay, who homers tonight for the Red Sox? A lot of home runs yesterday. I think we had 3, right? Cedon, Wilson, Willier. Am I missing that? 3 home runs last night, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
How many home runs will, if any, will the Sox have tonight against Jack Flaherty, who has an ERA just south of 6?
I love Jack Flaherty, by the way.
I do
Quality
too.
human being.
He's a quality human being.
But it's been a tough season for him. All right, let me think. Who's going to take him deep tonight?
Well, are you ready?
We want names or numbers?
How many home runs, and if you want to, I mean, you can give extra credit of saying who's going to go yard.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jared. Nobody? Wow, positivity is
Oh,
like streaming.
nobody.
No.
Jack Flaherty gives it up, man. And when he gives it up, he usually gives it up to one guy, and he usually gives up multiple home runs to one guy.
To the same guy?
to the same guy. So I'm going
Say Don. Our first Say Don of the season. It comes early.
He can't do anything in a game without me thinking of Pap. I'm just like,
Same.
Say Don.
I said the same thing the other day. I was talking to Chris, and I was like, Say Don. That's Pap's MVP. I'm going to say Story goes yard.
Okay, I like that
Oh,
pick.
I like that.
I like that pick.
He's my pick to click.
I like that.
Trevor Story, TS10 is going yard off of Jack Flaherty.
Little revenge. I like that, Alanna.
Yeah, why not? There's no reason to hit him. He didn't tee off on you yesterday, but you hit him anyway. Which reminds me, the next question, third and final question, guys. Do the Red Sox retaliate against anybody in the Detroit lineup based on what happened to TS10 yesterday?
I don't think so, Alanna.
Okay.
I think that, certain times when multiple players get hit, there seems to be a retaliation that happens more often than not. I think the Red Sox really realized that, they got the best of Framber Valdez yesterday and that he was simply frustrated. I think they're going to be more focused on going out and winning the ball game and instead of let's get some retaliation and carry over yesterday's game into today. I don't think they want to carry over anything from yesterday.
All right, Jarren Duran obviously leading things off. Yes, Watson, explain yourself.
Yeah, Watson is the only reliever that's hit more than one batter this year, so he has plausible deniability if he wants to avoid a suspension. This is also the last game that these two teams play each other, I think, this year. They've already played each other at Fenway, and then now this is the end of the series, so I think that they might be done with each other. Yeah.
I think that they will retaliate only if they are in a position to win the game. I think they will retaliate if they have a 4 or greater run advantage, but I don't think they're going to do it. Obviously, they're not going to do it in a situation where, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's fine. By the way, Framber Valdez originally suspended 6 days. They reduced it to 5 days. Doesn't matter. It's going to be one start for Framber. Is that enough, Pap, you think?
Yeah, usually this is a standard for the league. It's a one-game standard. And I think unless it's egregious or you're going out there and you're hitting multiple guys, or if you actually break out into a fight and the fight actually happens, like when I got into my fight, it was 10 games plus. So I think that's just the standard that MLB usually issues, 5 to 6 game, one start for a starting pitcher.
I don't know if I agree with Hinch being suspended. I don't know that Hinch told him to throw.
It's automatic, like when so I think if a pitcher gets suspended for throwing at a hitter, it's an automatic 1 game for the manager. I wouldn't have suspended AJ Hinch because he just outright said, I don't agree with that. I didn't like that. Like we like to keep ourselves to a certain standard here in Detroit, and I don't think anyone felt comfortable being out there on that field defending him. I kind of compared it to what happened earlier this year with Wilson Contreras and his beef with the Milwaukee Brewers, because it's
continues.
it's like Peter Griffin and the chicken. Like they've been fighting for decades, and it's like, well, that's your thing, man. Like I don't know. And then the takeout slide with David Hamilton. It's like, actually, we like David Hamilton, so this is kind of like your fight. It has nothing to do with us. And I'm sure that's how Hinch felt about last night.
George Lombard, the bench coach for the Detroit Tigers, is doing the managing duties tonight with the suspension of AJ Hinch. When Trevor Story comes up to bat, guys, whether it's in this inning or not, I want you guys to hear what he said about his at-bat yesterday when he got hit. I love that you could just tell on his face, too, Pap, that Trevor Story, he didn't seem bothered by it. Obviously, his teammates were more bothered by it than he was.
No, I mean, Trevor Story knew what was up, and, Trevor Story's a class act all the way through and through. I don't think he was going to charge the mound. I think that he got more satisfaction on the fact that they beat the shit out of Framber Valdez. And, at the end of the day, that's the best way to get him. And Framber Valdez, I don't know if y'all remember, has this crybaby attitude that has carried on with him from the Astros. Remember him crossing up his catcher and throwing a fastball instead of a slider? So, I mean, I think that this is just his attitude, and a lot of the guys on the Detroit Tigers know that, and that's why they don't have his back.
All right, we welcome you back. We're going to put this to bed here momentarily, but Pap, I wanted to ask you, as far as the Framber Valdez situation is concerned, to put a bow on that, can the bullpens just please come out and fight each other at center field? Because by the time y'all get to actually home plate or whatever it is, wherever the kerfuffle is, you're gassed, you're not participating in it anyway, it's over. Can we just get you guys to go to blows in center?
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Alanna. In fact, we had a Kevin Gregg, David Ortiz fight with the Orioles one time. And I'm sitting there running out of the bullpen, and I see their closer. So I went straight for their closer because he started trying to get in the mess. And I was like, what are you doing, man? It's not your fight. Get out of it. So I think they should just go right at it in the bullpens. Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you go like closer for closer? Like if you're the first baseman, like you're looking for their first baseman?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, that Kevin Gregg fight, Ortiz threw a right jab, or it was like an upper hook, and if he connected with that, Kevin Gregg's head would have been in the 15th row. It was crazy.
Yeah, I used to mess with him after that game. I told him he had alligator arms after that fight. You got to be able to extend those punches, man.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
All right, Kevin McGonigal at the plate. This kid could very well, Jared, be the Rookie of the Year in the American League. Sonny Gray, back from the IL. You said 4+. What do you need to see from him early?
Yeah, I mean, so I saw him work a little bit on Friday. He was throwing live ABs to Caleb Durbin and I believe the Red Sox bullpen catcher of all people. He looked okay. I want him to throw strikes. If he's in there throwing strikes and he's not getting deep into counts, you at least can get a situation where maybe you get 5 innings out of him. But they're probably not going to try to push him too much today.
Pap, he's coming off the IL, making his first start since leaving the game on Patriots Day. I think that was April 15th, right? Versus Detroit, actually, due to a hamstring strain. And hamstrings, Pap, they're tricky. And out there, obviously, so 1 out in the inning for Sonny Gray. But, Pap, what do you need to see? How do you know that he's on early?
Well, what I need to see, Alanna, is I need to see him finishing his pitches. And what I mean by that is getting full extension. So when you have hamstring injuries in your lower half, it tends to want to protect itself. And he's going out there and he's going to want to try to protect that hamstring today. And sometimes that shortens up your delivery. It shortens up your lower half. So I want to see him be able to get full extension. So, I mean, I'm looking at him right now, and he looks fine. He looks great, and it looks like he's getting extension. But how long can he continue that? So, to me, it's finishing his pitches and getting extension because that lower half definitely has to, come into play.
Pap, how do you know if he's compromising in terms of his mechanics, in terms of if he's not finishing pitches, getting the extension, second out already of the inning? But could you tell if he's compromising in terms of his mechanics if he doesn't feel just quite right?
Yeah, what you'll see is his lower half really kind of try to shorten up to try to keep everything in tight. So, a lot of times when I was pitching, I would overextend, and that means that my lower half would overextend in my plant leg. And, sometimes when you overextend, you overthrow. So I don't want to see him overthrow it all, and I'm not seeing that out of him right now. I think he's going to keep everything in compact, like real compact and tight in his lower half so that he can really deliver his pitches and be able to throw strikes.
All right, about to throw his 10th pitch of the inning here. Jared, when you heard that the Red Sox signed Sonny Gray in this offseason, what was your initial thought?
Does Craig have anyone else's phone number besides Chaim Bloom's?
Cardinals, right? A lot of dealings with the Cardinals.
A lot of dealings with the Cardinals. I like Sonny Gray. I think, for what it's worth, I recall his tenure with the New York Yankees, and it didn't go super great. And then there was plenty being made about whether or not he can handle the big market. And I thought that was largely overblown because I don't think the Boston market is the big, bad Boston market that it was when Pap was here. It's a lot of fluff pieces, and no one's trying to get you anymore. And
why? Because there's Yankee shit in the team store.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that was brutal. By the way, we have a lot to catch up on now. That the first episode has taken place now in May. We have a lot to catch up on over the course of this game. But I was excited for Sonny Gray. I think what we were looking for in the offseason, though, everyone was sold on this number 2, and the idea was, in our heads at least, it was a young, cost-controlled pitcher that was going to slot in behind Garrett Crochet and be part of a long-term solution. And then we get Sonny Gray. It's like, well, he's 36. It's a 1-year deal. It's a lot of money. So it's like, all right, yeah, like he's certainly capable of being a number 2 starter, but not the fit that I had envisioned.
Well, that's it. 1, 2, 3. We'll be right back.
3 up, 3 down.
I think we all know what's what, and yeah, it's pretty undisputable. Yeah.
That happened it was last year with Sedan. Were you expecting that at all, or were you?
I mean, yeah, you can kind of see, just from the past things that have happened. But yeah, I was in there ready to hit, and then it showed up way behind me and off the numbers. So yeah. Like you said, I think we all know what's what.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a guy who tends to get hot like that, but you look like you were pretty hot.
Yeah. I think we handled it. We said what we said on the field, and I think that's where it stays.
How much you like teammates had your back? They kind of reacted quickly. How much you like that?
No, those are my guys, and it means a lot to me. Those guys are we're in this fight every day, and they're like brothers, and we spend a lot of time together, and it's always good to see them have your back like that.
Beanballs generally, like I feel like they're not intentionally done as much anymore. Are you old school, or you think they have a place in the game? Obviously, probably not in that situation, or do you think with player safety, it's just kind of just a no across the board?
Yeah, it's tough, man, because it's a different game. It's a different game, and I think there may be time for it. I definitely don't think that was the time for it, but yeah, it's a different game, and you never want to hit someone and hurt them, and there's a fine line there. So, and I don't think you definitely want to hit someone in that situation. So, yeah, I'm of the old school kind of thought there, but it's a fine line because there's a lot of money in the players, and you want the best players on the field.
Trevor Story, that was last night post-game, obviously addressing the intentional hit by pitch from Framber Valdez. You also saw the quote that Nesson put up on the screen of A.J. Hinch talking about the fact that we don't do that here, and he didn't like what was happening out there. And again, Pap, I think the biggest way to get back at this Detroit team is I wish Trevor Story would have been able to tee off on Flaherty there and get another home run or at least a base hit. But you move on, and that's just the way that the game is. But Trevor is old school. I mean, and I know that you are too. How would you have handled that situation?
Well, like I said earlier, I don't think it's going to carry over into today. I think Trevor kind of alluded to that. We're going to go out here and play baseball today and not worry about that. There's different situations that have. I mean, even when I was playing, guys were getting paid a lot of money, but people were still getting drilled. It's when a starting pitcher goes out there and multiple people are drilled is when you start to take it a little bit personal, because those are the times where you're like, hey, man, like, okay, you got one guy, that's fine, but now you've gotten 2, maybe 3 guys. Now we're going to take exception to that, so we're going to go out and get one of your guys. And so, for me being a closer, there was only one time in one situation where I had to go out there and drill somebody because the starter didn't take care of business. And, usually it's not it shouldn't be left up to the relievers. It should be a starter's job to go out there and do that.
I'm sorry, Pap, did you say that only one time you had to hit someone on purpose?
No. Only one
okay.
time
I'm just
did I
making
have
sure.
to go out. Yeah, did I have to go out there
My
and
ribs
do
are
a
still
starter's
broken,
job
by the way.
by drilling somebody?
Yeah.
But
Now,
no,
was
people.
that a directive from your manager, or did you take that upon yourself to go out and drill a guy because the starter didn't take care of business?
No, I will say 99% of the time it's on the players, right? The manager really doesn't have any say so, except for one time in my career when I was on the Red Sox. We were facing the Chicago White Sox at the time, and there was a player by the name of Manny Ramirez that had gone to the Chicago White Sox. And I'll finish the story.
Hang on, Pap. We'll finish the story when we come back. Bottom of the second, no score. We welcome you back to Unobstructed Views. This is our first show of the season. We're psyched that Blue Moon is back with us. Alanna, Rizzo, Jared Carrabis, Jonathan Papelbon with you. And Pap, we haven't had a conversation about anything really with you that's gone on so far with the Boston Red Sox as we sit here on May 6th. What was your impression or your opinion on the firing of not only Alex Cora, but as Jared said, the red wedding with getting rid of so many of the coaches as well?
Well, I had a lot of things that were going through my mind. But more importantly, I think it all boils down to there was a certain sense that to me that the communication lines between the dugout or the bench to the front office that just were not there. And there was multiple times last season where I think that Alex Cora and Craig Breslow didn't get along, and there was talks of being fired last year as well. But Alex Cora said, "Hey, you fire me, you got to fire everybody else." And I'm taking everybody with me. But I mean, I don't know. I think the bad start to the season really exemplified that there's no communication, and I think that. With all this driveline stuff in the front office and them wanting the Red Sox to be a part of, and Alex Cora having a feel on the field, I think there was just not good communication going on. So I think they parted ways.
A double, leadoff double for Riley Green. Oftentimes, Jared, when a new president of baseball operations comes into the fold and there's already a manager in existence, is this almost inevitable? Because a new guy wants to bring in their own people, right? Now, obviously, Alex Cora is very well respected in the game, so they were going to try to see how it worked out. Ultimately, Breslow won that battle.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think all these managers know that they're hired to be fired and that they have a shelf life and it doesn't last forever. But I think when we look at this situation in particular, people joke, but it's the truth. I mean, Craig Breslow, what choice was he? They went down, they wanted to hire this guy. By the time it was, maybe double-digit candidates by the time that Breslow came around. And I think part of that, obviously, is the rotating door, the fact that the shelf life of that position, Breslow's position, it's, you're looking at 3 years and then get gone if it's not going well. And I think another part that might have not been attractive to potential executives that were in the hunt for such a role would be the fact that you are inheriting Alex Cora. Like Alex Cora, Sam Kennedy, John Henry, that was a marriage. He was a made man in this organization until he wasn't. But I think that's an unusual trait for a baseball executive to be coming into, where it's like, go ahead, you're the guy, you can fire whoever you want, you can hire whoever you want. And it was a unique position where it's like, all right, yeah, you're hired, but Cora's our guy. That's our manager. You don't get to make that decision. And ultimately, that changed over the course of Breslow's term.
One out in the inning so far in the bottom of the second. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. Pap, let me ask you this, because when a manager gets fired, I was thinking, okay, well, who out there is going to be better than Alex Cora? But then you look at the situation, and anybody with the same amount of experience is not going to want to take on the mess that is the Boston Red Sox at the moment. You're looking at the Buck Showalters of the world, the Bob Melvins of the world, these guys that Bruce Bochy's of the world. They don't need to take on the Red Sox. So is Chad Tracy, obviously a good baseball man in his own right, but doesn't have the experience? Is that does it make the most sense?
Well, Alanna, first off, I was good friends with Buck Showalter, Mississippi State alum, and, I actually sent him a text, hey, you interested in this job? And they didn't even contact him. There's, and to me, the big surprise to me was that you get rid of Alex Cora, Jason Varitek, Ramon Martinez, all these great coaches, in my opinion, and then you hire nothing but minor league guys. I mean, I think there was 6 to 8 just minor league guys that have been just trolling through the minor leagues for 20, 30 years almost, it seems like. And it's like,
some of them haven't even been alive that long.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
some of the coaches are like 25 years old.
Just to give them a chance, or are you hiring them because you actually believe that they can come up here and do a great job in the big leagues?
I think they can be controlled, Pap. I think they can be controlled, and that's what the old school regime of baseball isn't going to put up with. The Bruce Bochy's, Alex Coras, Buck Showalters of the world are not puppets. And I think what they're looking front offices now that are drive line driven and statistically driven, analytically driven, those types of things, they want to be able to pull the strings of the guys that are in the dugout. Am I wrong in saying that? You're closer to the game than I am.
You just nailed it, Alanna. I mean, I was just about to allude to that. You hit the nail on the head. I think that was the biggest problem between Alex Cora and Craig Breslow. Craig Breslow could not implement everything exactly the way he wanted to implement it, so therefore he had to get rid of Alex Cora. And to me, it was, okay, we're having such a bad season that I know that my ass might be on the line, so let me get rid of Alex Cora before I have to go. So I think that has something to do with it as well. But you don't replace Alex Cora and his entire staff with the knowledge that they have with a bunch of minor leaguers that have been just sitting in the minor leagues their entire lives. That just, to me, that was the biggest shock. Like, so because now you're coming up here with big leaguers, and it's like, I don't know. Do these big leaguers really have that much respect for guys that have 499 wins in the minor leagues and been coaching in the minor leagues their whole career? I necessarily probably wouldn't. Being a big leaguer that's been in the big leagues for a while, they're not going to have the same respect that they did for Alex Cora. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why Trevor Story was so upset about certain things, because he's a veteran player. He's going to have a very different perspective than a Roman Anthony or a Marcelo Meyer. Does the interim tag come off of Chad Tracy?
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I understand the logic behind having him here. I know that he has relationships with a lot of the younger players that are currently on the roster, but this to me reads as, if you're a manager, if you're the next guy, like if you're the manager that Craig Breslow handpicks, do you want to inherit this situation and be judged off of that? Or do you want a clean slate, run spring training the way that you want to run it, have your message permeate through the clubhouse the way that you want it to be heard? I would want to have a clean slate. There's plenty of guys that are good candidates. Rocco Baldelli, another name, I want to throw that out there. But yeah, that's what probably another reason why Cora is in Puerto Rico right now. I don't want to inherit a situation with the Phillies where, this team is, I mean, they've gone 7-1 since the Rob Thompson firing, but who's to say how that was going to go? We just don't know. But all that to say, I do think that they should go in a different direction. It's no disrespect to Chad Tracy, but to your point earlier, Alanna, about like having that veteran presence. If you're a Roman Anthony or a Marcelo Meyer and you're struggling, do you want to go over and maybe pop a squat next to Jason Varitek and be like, hey man, like, how did you get through this situation? A guy with a lot of dirt on his spikes, a guy that's been there and done that. Or are you gonna, if you're gonna go over to a coach that's 25 years old and be like, hey dude, how do you think I should get out of this? Why do I trust your opinion?
Well, and they don't have the experience either. I mean, Pap, Jared brings up a really good point about Varitek. That shocked me. I mean, I thought that Tech was untouchable. I mean, that's basically closing the door on the one person that was left of that regime of when the Red Sox were really, really good.
Well, I think, Alanna, they had many conversations with Tech. And, I think I haven't personally talked to Tech, but I'm pretty sure that Tech, and knowing Tech, said that you get rid of Alex Cora, you could get rid of me too. Just knowing him and the way I know him. But, it's just a hard thing to understand that you brought up everybody in the minor leagues. Like, not one guy that has any kind of big league time or big league experience. And alluding to what Jared said, these guys don't have real, true big league experience on the bench to go, catch that ball.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
He caught that. Oh, wow, Will here.
He's been so good for them defensively in right
Gold
field.
glove Willier.
You think? Calling it?
Oh, yeah, again.
Okay. One of the big bright spots, certainly last season for the Boston Red Sox and already this year for the Red Sox, is the defensive play in right field by Wilyer Abreu. Pap, you've got to love that as a pitcher, a guy that's, laying himself on the line to get that out.
Yeah, when someone can take their glove and their bat to the park every day like Wilyer Abreu can, it brings confidence to the pitchers. It brings confidence to the pitching staff in general. Because, a lot of pitchers will go out there and they know that, hey, I don't really have a great defense behind me, so I feel like I've got to take care of everything and do everything. And there's been many times when Julio Lugo was at shortstop, I would go out there and say, damn, I got to really make sure I strike out some guys because I can't have Julio Lugo making any plays out here. So, yeah, it definitely translates into the pitchers being able to go out there and pitch with success for sure.
You don't have to be as fine, is what he's saying, when you got the defense behind you.
Hey-o.
There you go.
Speaking of not being able to pick it at short.
Marcelo Meyer with the is that a single by Meyer or is that an error on the shortstop?
I give him a hit on that.
Homer.
That's a tough play.
I think it's an error. He didn't have to dive for it. So
what are they calling it?
From a pitcher speaking, that's an error.
Let's see what they call it.
All right, since we both have differing opinions on what that was, whether it was a single or an error, I'm going to introduce a new game to you guys that we have on Unobstructed Views. I knew about this prior to the show. They did call it a hit.
Called a hit.
Jared is correct.
As always.
Yeah, okay. So they introduced the ABS system this year in Major League Baseball, right? It was in the minor leagues. Now we have the automated ball and strike system where you can challenge a certain call, whether it's a ball or a strike. So I introduced to you guys the BS system here on Unobstructed Views. Each of us gets a challenge, okay?
Okay.
If there is a discrepancy in something that you guys say, perhaps Jonathan Papelbon has a take that Jared Carrabis does not agree with, Carrabis immediately taps his head.
Okay.
If I am not involved in the challenge, I will be the judge whether there's enough evidence to overturn the original call, or if there's not enough evidence and the call stands, the take stands. We all have a challenge. If the challenge is accepted then you keep your challenge. If one of us overturns the challenge or the call that you made, the bad take, then you lose your challenge. So the key is to keep your challenges, okay?
Got it.
So there you have it. So we will
this.
introduce that throughout. Each one of us gets one challenge from here to the end of the game.
I like this a lot.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to challenge first? Probably you.
I don't know.
I mean, we say a lot of stupid shit.
That is true. I will not challenge that statement.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a big sigh.
I mean, I'm just happy to still be in the game. It's the third inning. I'm happy to still be in the game. Like, there's been a lot of games this season where the Red Sox just won their first game of the season where they what was that? What's today? Today's Wednesday?
Today's May 6th, Wednesday,
So
May 6th.
Monday was the first game all season that they won when they were trailing by 2 runs at some point in that game. They haven't exactly been the comeback kids, so it's just...
We talk a lot about identity of teams and chemistry, and again, this is the first time the three of us are together, so some of this might be repetitive on some other things, some of our viewers, but Jonathan Papelbon, I'd like your opinion on the identity of this team. This is not a team up and down the lineup full of sluggers. They don't have that guy that's going to hit a bunch of home runs, but they haven't really shown that they're a bunch of guys that can string together some hits and pass the baton. So who is this? Oh.
Jack's not doing that on purpose.
No, why would you? Not there. Jonathan Papelbon, what is the identity so far, 37 or 36 games into the season?
Their identity is a minor league team. They are a minor league team. And yeah, that wasn't on purpose. And
no, that hurts a lot though.
Yeah, it does. Jared knows all about getting drilled in the ribs.
Yes, he does. He brings it up every chance he gets.
Every time.
But their identity is a minor league team, right? Like when I was playing and we'd go play Tampa Bay, we would joke about, okay, we can't lose to a minor league team here, guys. We got to win at least the series. And to me, they're that team right now. And not only did they reinforce the team with a bunch of minor league coaching, I think that's the best way that I can explain them is a minor league team, and their identity is a minor league team sprinkled in with 2 or 3 big leaguers.
How do you describe the 2026 Red Sox thus far?
Powerless. There was a point in the season, maybe about 2 weeks ago, where the Red Sox and the Yankees couldn't have been further from each other in the standings, but they both had the same batting average. And it's like, well, what's the difference? They hit homers, you don't. That's really been it. I mean, it's not like they don't get hits. Like you look at the scoreboard every night, and it's like, all right, 9 hits, 10 hits, 2 runs.
Nothing to show for it, though.
10 left on base, 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, I mean, I think when we were sold on this team as being run prevention, pitching and defense, the defense has held up their end of the bargain. They have.
They had to get better, though.
Yes. I mean, it's hard to be worse. I mean, they
were the worst
They
team
are the worst every year. But they've kind of flipped it. Like now they're one of the best in terms of their defense. I believe they are the best in defensive runs saved as a team. But the pitching hasn't held up their end of the bargain. And there's been so many years where the Red Sox have just flat out sucked, but they've hit. Like there'll be years where 3rd place, last place, 4th place, what have you, and then they're still top 10 in the league in runs scored. This is a little bit different. Like we're not used to seeing a brand of Red Sox baseball where they're just not scoring runs and they're not able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's a foreign concept.
I'm going to give you guys a piece of positivity, however. The reason I say that is because it would be different if the Red Sox were in a league right now or even a division. No, I'll just stay with the league. That is pulling away. Nobody in the American League really is doing that well, with the exception of the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays, which obviously are in the same division, and the Oakland Athletics, Jonathan Papelbon.
Sacramento.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
The homeless A's.
Sacramento.
People are calling them.
The Athletics. So there's only 3 teams in the AL, Pap, that have a winning percentage above 500. So they're not completely out of this yet, meaning the Red Sox. Are they going to win the division? No. But there's still plenty of time to turn things around. Do they
There's
have the
still plenty of
talent?
time. Is that a
Home run
double?
derby. Look at this guy. Best hitter in the lineup, some people are saying, Pat.
I don't know about that. Challenge! Challenge that!
All right, so here's our first challenge in the BS challenge on Unobstructed Views, game 1 for us. Jared Carrabis has said that some people are saying that Caleb Durbin is the best hitter in the Red Sox lineup. Jonathan Papelbon quickly disagrees. He issues his first challenge of the BS system. Pap, why do you say that Durbin is not the best hitter in the Red Sox lineup? State your case.
Where do I start? First of all, he strikes out way too much with men on base. Can't get anybody over when only you're trying to get somebody over. We can't even do that. And we also got a guy named Wilson Contreras that's coming up right now who is our best hitter in our lineup.
What about Say Down? What about your boy?
Say Down, he's more of a Gold Gloves defensive center fielder that, is going to pop one out every now and then. But you got this guy, I think he's got, 8 home runs right now, and is a professional hitter, big league hitter. Caleb Durbin, nowhere even close.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and...
You didn't even let me make my case.
Okay, go ahead.
That's
please.
crazy.
Please.
What kind of court system is this?
Nobody said this was a democracy.
I mean, that's fair. You didn't let me specify the timetable. He's the best hitter in the Red Sox lineup in the last 5 minutes, and it would be very hard to dispute that, given the fact that he's the only guy who's driven in a run so far this game. So I didn't get to specify that I did mean within the last 5 minutes.
No, that's not. No, I'm giving this one to Pap. You lose your challenge.
Why do I lose my challenge? I didn't challenge. That's not how that works.
Oh, wait. Pap, you keep your challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're just making shit up as you go.
This is the first time we're doing this.
This is crazy. She's drunk with power.
Okay, that's true. That is very true. All right, so Pap, you keep your challenge. Next time, be more specific about the time frame that you're talking about.
I didn't.
You have to be faster than the head tap.
I didn't have the opportunity, and once I was afforded the opportunity to explain, I was overruled. It's crazy.
Sorry.
See, that's
No
a
respect.
bad thing. Like, if they would have had ABS when I was pitching, oh, God, it would have been a bad deal. Bad deal, because I would have been like,
How many
challenge
fights
everything.
would have you had, you think?
I'd have been challenging everything that was close, and I probably would have been wrong. I
But
probably would have been like
you only get
30%.
2. You only get 2. But the thing about it is, if there were 2 by the time the game got to you, then that's saying something. The worst thing is, Pap, with the ABS system, is challenging in the first inning when there's like nobody on base. Why would you waste a challenge there?
Yeah, that there's no sense in it, really. I mean, if you're a manager, obviously you want to wait till there's a big scoring opportunity or a big play in the game, or it's a tight game, it's a close game. And, that's why I'm saying if I come into the 9th inning and there's 2 challenges left, I'm going to wear those challenges out.
I mean, this might be a situation, right? Man on second and third, 1 out, an opportunity to score, to add on a little bit. Are you challenging here? And also, second part of this question, do you like the ABS system?
It's taking some getting used to. I don't know. It's fine. I like when
It's fine.
I'm a masochist. I like getting mad at umpires when they blow calls. Like, that was like part of the enjoyment. Like, I liked knowing that I still cared that much, and that was kind of the litmus test of being able to determine I still am passionate about this and care. So taking out the player, manager, umpire freakouts, I don't love that. But at the end of the day, do you want to get the call right? Yeah, sure, fine, whatever.
Wow. Do you
I
need
like
a hug?
getting worked
I'll
up.
tell you what,
Sometimes,
I'm
I do.
I'm pretty much on the same side as that. I'm not going to challenge that one either. Get down, ball. Get down.
It's all right.
He's in there.
He's in there.
Okay.
Yep. Good piece of hitting right there. Got
Are
the
we
job
doing the
done.
lights every
Okay.
time they score a run?
Well, they're not going to hit home runs, Alanna,
okay.
so we got
all
to
right.
use the
so
lights.
we got to use it. Yeah, we're paying for them. We might as well use them.
$50,000 for lights. We got to use them.
And that's what I was saying earlier, like with the Caleb Durbin situation. Like, you're not going to hit home runs, so you've got to be able to get guys over, and you've got to be able to sacrifice bunt or sack fly, one of the two.
They don't have a lot of guys in this lineup though that have pop, that have thump.
No, they don't. Also, Carlos Narvaez is a gangster for going headfirst into home plate after you just wore one directly in the ribs. There's no way that felt good, and he played it off like it was nothing. That's my captain right there.
That's your captain? Mm-hmm. I thought TS10 was your captain.
He's my leader. It's different.
Oh, okay. What's the difference?
Well, Jason Varitek's captain, Pedroia's a leader.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I can make stuff up as I go, too.
I can see that. I get that.
Yeah.
Get out of here, ball.
I think Wilyer has a chance to be, like, at the end of the year, not that this is a great distinction if they don't end up turning the season around, but Wilyer could be the MVP of this team.
Why? Is he a leader or is he a captain?
I think he is a guy that can contribute on both sides of the ball. He's just a winning player. And keep in mind that this is a guy that the Red Sox did not let see. He didn't get the chance to hit against left-handed pitching. He's been hitting against left-handed pitching. He's becoming an everyday player. And now that they have this logjam still, obviously Roman's hurt a little bit, but Wilyer's the guy that's gotten the everyday ABs, and because of that, he's been the best out of the group.
Pap, Jared mentioned Roman Anthony hurt again. Day-to-day, nothing crazy. It's not like an IL situation right now, but this is a kid that you're basing your whole future on, right? Like, you obviously have a tremendous amount of respect for him. You signed him to a huge deal. He's already been hurt a lot more than I think somebody his age should be. I mean, maybe it's freak, I don't know, but what do you make of it so far with Roman Anthony in terms of playing time and that sort of thing?
Well, there's a few things. You know, I think that, you know, with guys playing this travel ball and how much travel ball he's played probably growing up, and not having rest and not, you know, when I played baseball in high school, I played baseball, football, basketball. I played all different sports, man. And there was an actual, like, break from one sport to another. And, oh, get out of here, ball. Mm-mm. No, not in Detroit.
All right, we'll finish that thought on the other side. We welcome you back to Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon. 2-0 Sox here in the third inning. Sonny Gray, Pap, what do you see so far from him? You said you wanted him to finish his pitches. Is he doing that so far?
Yeah, he's definitely finishing his pitches, and he's staying within his delivery, and he's not having to necessarily tweak anything in his delivery because he feels an ailment or has a tweak in that hamstring. So, I definitely like what I see out of him so far, and there you go, 1 out so far in the third.
Justin Slayton with the rehab update. You psyched about that coming back?
Yeah. I usually just resent the players that Tyler Milliken likes the most, but no, they're going to need this guy. They need him to be right, and I think the velo was looking good. I know that it was early in the morning that he was throwing, but yeah, if he can get back here, that'd be stupendous because the bullpen needs the help.
Pap, you were talking about something.
He's going to be a huge piece.
Yeah, you were talking about something before we went to break, and I said we were going to finish the thought, and I already forgot.
Roman Anthony.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. The wrist. Yeah.
Look, when it comes to Roman Anthony, like I was saying, like this kid played so much travel ball growing up. And, you know, it's like I played 3 different sports in high school and I had a break from one to the other. And so it's like there is none of that anymore. And, you know, guys now really are lifting very sporadically during the season and only like lifting in the off season. And so I think that has something to do with his injuries. And it's a wear and tear injury. So ligaments, tendons, and all that kind of stuff are all wear and tear type injuries. You know, you break your leg or you break something or you get drilled by somebody and you break a rib. That's a one-time thing injury. That doesn't come over time.
Nope.
The injuries that we're seeing over Roman Anthony are wear and tear type injuries. The back is a wear and tear injury.
I feel like once you have a back injury,
he
you're
thinks he got him.
constantly dealing with it.
Cello thinks he got him.
Let's see what we got here.
I thought he looked safe to the naked eye, but okay, they're going to take a look at him. Mike Brenly shot him out on the 1s and 2s, the Hawkeye. I love Mike Brenly. Big Phoenix Suns fan.
Here. Does he come off the bag on the pop-up? Is that what they're challenging here? Let's see.
Maybe, because it looked like he got there before the throw, or the tag at least.
Oh,
No, he didn't pop up.
I don't know. I think he's safe.
Let's see. He is out. Got the foot.
Where?
He got the foot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got the foot on the way in. Yeah, smell you later.
Duran, Marcelo. Ooh.
Yeah, he's super out.
Super out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got his foot.
I will not
Okay, he's
challenge
out.
that, Alanna.
Peace out.
All right.
But to my point about Roman Anthony, man, they're wear and tear injuries that come over time, and it's from lack of rest or, you know, trying to do too much at once. You know, I don't know what the drive line deal is how much hitting is involved. I think it's like 24 swings either a day or a week. I'm not sure on that, but
I'm out on drive line, Pat. I'm out on him.
That's what I was going to ask you. Where are you at with this whole drive line situation?
Out.
Why? Tell me more.
Out. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily that you can solely blame driveline for this. I just don't like when there's a dictatorship of philosophy. The thing with the whole Jim Rice thing rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, that's a Hall of Famer, man. Like, if he's got something to say, why can't they go seek out a Hall of Famer's advice? Having Pete Fatsi in there, having guys, I know that Alex Cora didn't exactly tear the cover off the ball, but you know, it's just kind of this revolution of we want it done our way and only our way, and there's no other voices that we want heard, no other opinions that we want sought out. Even if that person has had success in the big leagues, this is how we do it in our organization, and there's no other way to look at it. I don't like that.
And there are guys like Hall of Famers, to your point, that have been told, and it's not just Jim Rice. I've heard this, Pap, with other organizations as well, what Jared's saying about they didn't want, you know, Jim Rice to give any of his philosophy. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame for a reason, but there are other guys to his level that have been told no thank you, and they are basically ostracized from the organization and decide, you know, just don't come back.
Look, Alanna, there's many a times, and so, how do I say this?
Just say it.
I talk to guys, pitchers, But when I do tell them that we're talking, I tell them, please don't tell anybody. Like, please keep your mouth shut about this. Another base hit. Does he go first or third? No.
Nah.
Nope.
And, you know, I'm not going to go on air and say who I talk to or who I don't talk to, but I do talk to certain guys and give them advice and talk to them about certain things. But I tell them to keep that between us because I know what's happened with Jim Rice and I know how they are. And so, you know, it's a sad thing, but that's the way it has to be.
It's crazy that has to be like a secret relationship, like between a player to player. Like the organization can't know, like, hey, I'm talking to a dude that's the all-time saves leader for 2 different organizations. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, saves leader. So we had a conversation the other day on Foul Territory, another show that I have a part in, and we were having the conversation about, since there's no, with the exception of a few teams, there's no real bona fide closer anymore, right? Like it's not a role that is the way that it used to be with all 30 clubs. Now there's so many different guys, Pap, at the back end of a bullpen that can serve as a closer. I mean, there's certain teams that have one, like an Edwin Diaz and that type of thing. Obviously, Mason Miller with San Diego, those types of things. Aroldis here with the Boston Red Sox. Do you believe that the save stat, Pap, is getting, I don't know, desensitized?
I don't think it's getting desensitized because I believe that every manager out there would want. That's a great pitch right there. Looks like he's feeling really good, by the way. Every manager out there wants a closer because they want somebody to finish the game. And I think that it's just changed with the game, right? The game has changed, and so has this role of a closer. And I think if you look at our game right now, like Kenley Jansen, the guys you mentioned, Mason Miller, Aroldis Chapman, they're like the last real true closers that, you know, are going to stay closing for the rest of their career. I don't see Mason Miller really staying healthy because of how they
hard
are
he throws.
these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a sad thing to see.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Welcome you back. We got a Sox fan in the crowd there in the Motor City. We appreciate Sox fans that go to games, obviously, outside of Fenway Park. Top of the fourth.
I haven't been to a road game in a while.
Struggling today.
When was the last road game you went to?
When is the last road game that I went to? I don't remember.
That's shocking because you remember everything.
I know. I'm
Yikes.
losing it in my old age,
Oh,
Alanna.
yeah. Oof.
Truly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Detroit Red Wings are in the playoffs, right?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't think so.
That's a
no.
football team?
No, that's the hockey team. Are you serious?
Go Red Wings.
No, they're not. They're not in the postseason. The Avs are doing well, though. One of the old-time Red Wings rivals.
Ray Bourque.
Yes. We borrowed him for a hot second. Thank you.
Yeah. That's how pathetic things were. Great catch. That's how pathetic things were before the Red Sox won in 2004 and the Patriots. When Ray Bourque won the Stanley Cup with the Avalanche, us pathetic creatures in Boston were so desperate for a championship that we threw a parade for Ray Bourque winning a Stanley Cup with the Avalanche.
Yeah, well, you guys have made up for it 1,000-fold.
That's kind of the parade that started it.
All of your championships over the course of the last decade and change.
Yeah.
Celtics had a little early stage exit, but
They did. Didn't they have a 3-1 lead?
They sure did.
And then they blew it to the 76ers after taking 3 games?
They sure did.
My goodness gracious. Nuggets got
I don't
first
think
round.
Tatum
surprising.
played in the last game either.
He did not. But you know what's this is a great question. We're going to do a little crossover real quick, okay?
Okay.
So Jason Tatum obviously did not play in Game 7, which I don't know if you know this, but if you don't win Game 7, you go home.
Yeah,
okay. He said he could have played in Game 1 of the second round. If you're good enough to play in Game 1 of the second round, you know that it's do or die in Game 7 of the first round. You are basically the best player on the team. I know you're coming back from the Achilles rupture, I believe. I get that. But don't you want a guy, I guess I could see both sides. Don't you want a Jason Tatum in Game 7 to say, I'm going to shoot me up with cortisone or whatever the heck it is I'm playing?
Kurt Schilling's foot was falling off and he got out there.
And that was a Game 6.
Yeah, Game 6. Yeah.
So wait a minute. I'm confused.
Okay,
here.
Jason Tatum.
No. I know what you're saying.
He said that he could have, had the series gone to the second round, had they won, they beat the 76ers, and they would have gone to the second round, he would have been healthy and he would have been able to play in Game 1 of the second round. But because he didn't play in Game 7 of the first round, they lost. I mean, not just because of this, but the Celtics lost Game 7, so there was no second round.
Well, I'm pretty sure they lost probably because Tatum wasn't playing.
Hello?
I mean, let's be real.
But don't you think he should have played?
If you can play okay, so Game 7 versus Game 1.
Let's
Game
assume there's
1
a 2
would have
or
been like
a
what,
2 or 3 day,
later?
maybe 2 days later. I don't know the NBA schedule. I don't know how long before their opponent
So
has
1 or
finished
2
up.
days later.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Pretty
get
soon
that. How can you
afterward.
not play? I don't get that.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want him to blow out the calf. I mean, he was playing on 85% of one good calf. The other calf was, I don't know. But if I'm Jason Tatum, easy for me to say, I'm playing. I'm playing in Game 7.
Also, too, is today, so like Jared alluded to Kurt Schilling. Kurt Schilling, none of the medical staff, none of the doctors, or none of the training staff wanted Kurt Schilling to pitch. He went to them and said, no, you're going to sew this thing up. You're going to shoot it up after that, and I'm going to go out there and pitch. This is my career, not yours.
I would rather have 26 Kurt Schillings as a player.
Thank you.
As a player, 26 Kurt Schillings as a player, than anybody that's not going to be willing to put it on the line for their team.
Yeah, I don't understand, especially in a Game 7. Celtics fans probably weren't happy about it either, I could imagine.
No, I wouldn't suppose that they were. I mean, obviously, if, maybe there's something going on we didn't know, they would have lost him. If he blew out another Achilles or whatever, they would have lost him for next season. But if you can play in game 1 of round 2, you can play in game 7 of round 1.
Well, here's another thing, Alanna. Like JT, man, you gotta know when to hold him and when to fold him, brother. Like, that's something that you fold, and you don't say after you lose a game 7, you don't go out and say, "Oh yeah, well I could have played in game 1."
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. New Red Sox Hall of Famers welcome into the Hall of the Red Sox.
It's tomorrow, by the way. You're in there, aren't you,
man.
Pat? You and Pedroia,
Yeah.
aren't you in there?
Yep, great guys getting elected this year. Johnny Damon, John Lester, Mike Timlin. I have nothing but great things to say about all of them. Every last one of them, great teammates. Mike Timlin was a guy who I was in the bullpen with for a long time. Thought he probably should have been the closer, and I came in and took the role, and he bowed gracefully to it and helped me out still, didn't have anything, hard to say or harsh to say about me, helped me along. John Lester, came up with him throughout the minor leagues. Cowboy John, as I refer to him now. The minor leagues was driving a convertible BMW with diamond stud earrings in. And now he's Cowboy John. So, great teammate. And Johnny Damon, the best teammate ever, man.
What made him such a good teammate?
Just Johnny Nitro, man. It's just, he's just, he's just so simple and so caring about everybody, and just such a great teammate. And took me on my first private jet.
Oh,
took me to my first big league party.
He had that kind of money?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Damon had PJ money?
Yeah, I think what did he get? 40 million?
Took me to my first big league party. Showed me how big leaguers did it, baby.
Oh, and how did they do it?
You know how they do it, Alanna.
I haven't been to a big league party on a PJ. No, I don't. You tell me how they did it.
Well, I'll just say this: it's no holds barred. Okay.
Okay.
I had a sleepover with Johnny Damon one time.
Okay. You're going to have to explain that a little bit.
Well, I might challenge that.
This is, I think the Celtics were in the finals, and there was some PGA event that he was in town for, and his flight got canceled back home. And this is when I was living in my apartment across the street from Fenway. And he was just like, I need a place to stay. And I was like, come on by.
Oh.
And he ended up, crashing on my couch.
Did you guys watch movies and have popcorn?
Yeah,
or?
we watched horror movies and drank Blue Moons, and we actually did drink Blue Moons because my fridge is always stocked with Blue Moons. And yeah, it was a grand old time.
I wonder how he would tell that story. Did you beg him to
Jared's
come over?
Jared's a great friend. No, through the wickets. We got some runs. Yeah, look at Massa. Like the wind.
Find out whether I need to challenge that or not.
2 runs are in.
Text him, Pap, and
Text
see.
him right now. Text him right now. Ask him if that story is true.
Hold on.
Hold on. 5-hole. Is that you call that? That's an error.
Did he touch it? Did he have a chance? He had a chance.
They got to score that an error.
Give Narvi the hit. Come on.
Let's see.
I'm giving him a hit. No, error. They gave him an error.
All right, text a sit to Johnny Nitro on the sleepover.
Who would you say is your closest friend besides Pap?
Is it former player?
Former player or current player? Like your BFF, not Lucas Giolito because of the
cable. But I've known Giolito since he was with the White Sox. I love him. Great human being. Me and Duran are close. Pedroia. Plawecki. Amazing human being. And still my manager, Alex Cora.
Still my manager.
Still my manager. Yeah.
Did he get back to you yet, Pap?
No, I just sent it. He'll get back to me.
What did you say in the text? How do you phrase
Word
that?
is on the street, you had a sleepover with Jared Carrabis.
Are you sleeping with Jared Carrabis?
Yeah.
That would have been a funnier way to do
I swear
it.
to God, he was in a different room. God peace.
Here's your guy, Pap Durbin, at the plate. What do you want him to do here?
Well, put a good at bat together for me, man. It's like, I know he had a great at bat the first at bat, but I want to see him be able to put good at bats together, stringing a good at bat together.
Don't tap your hand. Come on. These guys suck at ABS. They are the worst.
It almost looks like he knew he shouldn't have challenged it. Look at his face.
Yeah, that was a bad challenge.
They're all bad challenges.
All right.
God.
This is when Jonathan Papelbon was inducted into the Red Sox Hall of Fame. Obviously, Dustin Pedroia the same evening. Two of the best to ever put on a Red Sox uniform. What would that mean for you, Pap, to be inducted into the Red Sox lore?
Well, for me, double fisting right there is not good.
I wouldn't have had it any other way for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, to me, a great honor just because of the fact of who I was getting inducted with Dustin Pedroia and Trot Nixon. To me, two of the best that ever played as far as being a teammate and as far as playing as hard as they played night in and night out, because I viewed myself as an everyday player. I didn't view myself as just like a pitcher who, would pitch every so often, or a starter who would pitch every 5 days. I viewed myself as an everyday player. I got ready like I was going to play every day and expected to play every day. And so to go in with them two guys was really, really cool. But just to go in with all the greats that that have been in the Red Sox Hall of Fame was just a real surreal, humbling honor for me.
It's nice to be recognized by your peers, obviously, and by an organization that you've given so much to have that reciprocated. It's got to feel really good.
Yeah, and to me, to be remembered forever as a Red Sox player is what I really enjoy the most. You know, this is where I started my career, is where I came through in the minor leagues and won a championship and lead the team in saves and et cetera. So it's really special to know that, you know.
Yeah, well earned, well earned.
So going back, catch that ball, okay. So going back to my text with Johnny, I also, he hasn't gotten back to me yet.
He's shell-shocked that you know
I said,
this.
you know,
He's
word
like,
is on
how'd
the
you
street. Word is on the street that you slept with Carrabis. Okay. And secondly, congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction. Would love to have you on the show if you're not doing anything right now. Could you come on the broadcast to talk about you sleeping with Carrabis?
In that order.
Yeah.
In that order.
That would be great if you could.
So we'll wait and see. Like I said, he's probably traveling. He's probably just now getting in.
Did we have
Going
him on
straight
last
to
year?
dinner.
It must have been the year before.
No, we had Pedroia on.
We did?
We did. We had Pedroia on last year.
Was I there?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm losing it, Alanna.
That's
I don't know.
two things now that you don't remember. And this guy is a savant. He remembers. We're talking Rain Man type of stuff that
Yeah.
Carrabis remembers. That's two things you don't
I can remember stuff like, I don't know, probably from, when did I start losing it? Probably like 2020,
No, that's not
2021?
true. You remember everything.
except for that. Oh,
We got a challenge. We got another challenge here. Oh, ball. All right, let's keep it going. 1.2 inches.
this would be 4 complete for Sonny. Only 60 pitches. How many pitches you giving him, Pap?
I'm giving him 70, 75 pitches.
So you said 4+, I said 5, and Pap said 4 2/3. So
Not going to challenge that one.
Top of the fifth inning, Jarren Duran will lead things off for the Boston Red Sox. Sox with a 4-0 advantage. We welcome you back to Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon. Alanna, Rizzo, Jonathan Papelbon, Jared Carrabis with you. We are psyched that you guys are here. All right, so 4-0 lead. We love that. You want to add on, though. What have you seen so far, Pap, with Jarren Duran this season in terms of his offensive approach? Is he getting better defensively? What do you like? What does he need to improve upon?
Well, he's definitely getting better defensively. I will say that. Has made some nice catches this year. Is playing the wall a little bit differently this year. But I've seen 15 to 20 different stances out of him this year.
Is he tinkering too much?
He's tinkering a lot. But I want to say that that's a normal thing for big league hitters to do, is to tinker a lot and change things up. But
Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah. Not a big deal to me. But I worry that it's too much day in and day out, right? You could tinker with it, but to give it a chance and give it maybe a week or so, and if it doesn't work that day, let's not get rid of it, go to something else. But I think he's found something in this kind of moderate leg kick, not all the way, but halfway leg kick. And so I think he might be onto something right now, and he's been swinging the bat great lately.
You said that you're close with him. What are some of the conversations that you guys have had perhaps about hitting? It doesn't need to be after game stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like most of the stuff we usually talk about life and away from baseball, but we had a conversation, when was it, Friday? He homered in that game, and I told him, I was like, sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Like, obviously you want to be a great teammate and you want to do everything you can to help the team win, but in a situation that he's in now where there's this outfield rotation and
I feel like he's constantly in trade talks.
There's the trade talks, there's the inconsistent playing time, there's you're a center fielder, you're a left fielder, you're a DH. Like, in a world of inconsistency, I told him, like, it's okay to be a little bit selfish and focus on you and prioritize yourself, because at the end of the day, like if they can trade Mookie Betts and they can fire Alex Cora, I mean, you have to look out for what's best for you. And if I were in his position, I would be thinking, like, in terms of, you were shopping me around all offseason trying to get an ace for me. So obviously you value me pretty high, like if you're trying to get an ace in return for me. But I would just be saying to myself, I need to put myself in the best position for my career. Like, yes, I want to win. Yes, I want to be a great teammate, but not at the expense of derailing the rest of my career when I am a very talented player. Like, if you could have 9 wins above replacement, that's a very special, rarefied air to be in. So yeah, just kind of reinforcing that.
What gave you the sense that he was being a selfless player? Like, how did this conversation even come about?
Not even such that it was me kind of just like firing out there as the first message to him, like, focus on yourself, and like, if you do that, you're going to be able to help the team just by making yourself better and focusing on yourself. Because I think he's a guy that he's very not easy on himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
like,
hard on himself, for sure.
He's super hard on himself, and when the team isn't playing well, I think it compounds. You're not doing well personally, the team's not doing well, and I think he bears so much personal responsibility for things that might not necessarily be his fault. But yeah, just kind of simplify things, make it smaller. If I can have a great at bat here, then now I can focus on the next at bat. Don't think about, I got to go out here and get 4 hits tonight. Think about the next at bat, have a good quality at bat. If it's a walk, great, you're on base, but you did your job, and just kind of make things smaller.
Pap, I don't know if you had the situation in your career where you were looking over your shoulder for the next guy coming up to take your job. You had a very, very successful career, but imagine what it's like constantly looking over your shoulder and proving, like to Jared's point, having to feel like you go 4 for 4, or constantly throwing a shutout or whatever it is. What is that like? What does that do to you mentally as a player?
Yeah, well, the only time that I did have that is towards the end of my career, when I was throwing 90 miles an hour and really didn't have what I used to have. But and then I think they brought in Mark Melancon for the Nationals after me. But it's a situation where you feel like you have to go out there every single night and be successful. And if you're not, then something's going to happen. Either I'm going to go or they're going to trade for me or something's going to happen. And so it's a hard way to go about your life and go about your business.
All right. We're right back, guys. Mid-fifth. Early on in the show, we did some predictions, the three of us, as far as how many innings Sonny Gray would go. Jared said 4+, so this would be it, the one batter. Pap said 4 2/3, so we'll see. I said 5 complete. Obviously, the reason we're saying this is he's coming off of the IL. Last time he pitched was against the Tigers on Patriots Day. I believe that was April 15th. So we'll see what he does here. But right now, coming out for the 5th, Pap, what are you looking for in terms of his stuff and his demeanor?
Well, get the first guy out. First and foremost, if you want to continue pitching through the 5th inning, like I said, I think he's going to go only about 4 2/3, about 70 to 75 pitches is usually when you're coming back from an injury about how much they're going to give you. And then, you will see how that goes. And then we'll give you 80 to 85 on your next one. And then we'll let you go from 90+ after that.
Well, if he throws another pitch, Jared's done.
I'm already done.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done. All right,
yeah,
so Pap's up next at 4 2/3.
But we could get back to the Johnny Damon.
Okay, let's do this. So did he text you back, Pap, about this whole situation about sleeping with Carrabis?
Yeah,
okay,
he texted me back. Mm-hmm. And he did say, he said, true, the blue moons were flowing, but a cheap couch.
Hey, I love that couch. I still have that, and we're going to have to give it away, which is very sad. I'm very sad about having to get rid of that couch. That's a very comfy couch.
There must be a ton of stories.
So you know what? He didn't sleep on the couch that I'm thinking of. He slept in the movie theater seats, and he just reclined in a movie theater seat. No wonder.
You have a movie theater in your house?
Yeah. Yeah, we ball, Alanna.
I also asked him if he wanted to come on the show and talk about this and talk about the Hall of Fame, but he said just landed, headed to, I can't say where because I don't want him to get bombarded.
Sure, that makes sense.
Boston, but headed to a big league dinner and doing karaoke later. Do you want to meet up? And then after karaoke, going to, I'll say a tiki bar place.
Okay.
So he's got a lot planned for tonight.
I was about to say, he has a whole night.
Tour.
I mean, that's 3 events. I mean, I'll be in bed 45 minutes after this game ends. He has a long night planned.
He's a rock star. He always has
That's
been,
what
always
they
will
call
be.
Johnny Nitro.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yep.
That's an aggressive evening.
Yeah, he never stopped living the big league life. It's kind of like, once a big leaguer, always a big leaguer, and that's how he lives his life.
Good for him. Mm-hmm. Where's home for him?
Florida.
Orlando.
Yeah, he's in Orlando.
Okay. All right, Pap, there's 4 2/3.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get through this. I think
So who would
Diego.
be right out of all of us then if he gets through this?
What did you say?
I said 5.
Then you.
Yeah, I know. I know. Why do you think I teed you up like that?
I was like, this feels like a trick question.
That would be
I was
me.
about to say, Alanna, I think you said 5.
I did.
I think she said 5, yeah.
All right, let's talk about this defense. Can we replay that again, Mark?
I'll tell you what, though, Contreras' defense at first, former catcher, that's a can of corn.
This is easy.
Look at me. Look at Alanna.
You might go 7.
The first prediction of Unobstructed Views goes to Rizzo.
Not yet.
Bring it back to the funk.
Some really good defense so far by the Red Sox guys, and this is something we discussed earlier, how much they needed to shore this part of their game up. Obviously, Contreras at first base has been a big boost at that position.
He really has, and it's just nice to have a guy over there that not just can field the position, but's excellent at the position. It's pretty much been since Mitch Moreland that the Red Sox have had a guy at first base who's, I mean, you can't even say that because I was going to say whose first position is first base. He's a catcher.
Yeah.
That's first baseman, yeah. But I mean, they've gone through plenty of guys over there that it was just like, yeah, I guess we'll try you at first base, see how that works out, and none of it really did.
Yeah, last year, of course, a platoon situation with Abraham Toro and a couple of other guys, but it's been a nice addition, Pap, as far as defensively for Contreras at first. What do you like about him over there?
Well, the one thing that I like is much like a catcher, he keeps everything in front of him. He's not, when there's a situation where there's a ball that possibly could get by, he doesn't just try to snag it and put a glove on it. He gets his body in front of it. So you might get one, but you're definitely not going to get two on him. And third, his ability to scoop on the one hop. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Caleb Durbin has one-hopped him over there, and he's been able to pick it. Now, I know sometimes, yeah, you one-hop it on purpose, but there's a lot of times where they're not one-hopped on purpose that Contreras is coming through and saving Caleb Durbin's ass.
Yeah, 0 for 3 so far for Trevor Story on the night. In your opinion, what makes a great first baseman?
Ooh, I would say kind of like what Papa's talking about here, just a guy that you can confidently throw over the two. If you can one-hop it, like I know Toronto, they used to do that all the time on like the turf. They would purposely just one-hop it. But if I know, Massa, a little gap shot.
There you go.
A first baseman that can pick it is a first baseman that can play for me any day, because you're not going to get a perfect throw every single time, especially in today's game when speed is like these guys are freak athletes, and we're seeing guys running 30 miles an hour, and you're going to have to get it over there. You're going to have to get over there quick, and Casas was not someone that was very good at picking it, but Wilson Contreras can really do it all. And he has a high baseball IQ. Go ahead, Pat.
I got a question. You mentioned Casas.
Yeah.
First off, does Casas pull all of the crazy, weird stunts that he does in AAA like he does in the big leagues?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in AAA. I just remember seeing him in a Spider-Man mask at spring training.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you do that just like you're in AAA, nobody's watching, right? Do you still do all that nonsense? And secondly, do we ever see or hear from him again in Boston?
I've asked this question on the podcast, and I don't know if we've got an affirmative. I think, yes, he plays baseball in this organization again. I don't know.
Where do you put him?
Worcester.
So he stays there unless you can trade him.
I don't know if we see him on the big league roster again. I don't.
Well, not if Wilson's playing the way that he's playing.
I don't either, because he's not an outfield. You can't put him in the outfield. We already got 5, 6 of those already, and he's not an outfielder. There's no other position on the infield you can put him, and he's not going to catch or pitch.
No,
so,
he's going to end up in Colorado someday. He'll be like 29 years old, and he'll have a 38 home run season, and everyone will be like, "Oh no, why didn't we have him here?" But at the end of the day, I don't see a world where it's working out for him.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's my challenge. So I'm challenging you on this. So Pap, you're the judge. I don't know that we see Tristan Casas on a big league roster anywhere.
Oh wow. You don't think he gets back to the big leagues again? You think he's done?
You said I don't know. I say no.
Pat?
this is an easy decision for me. I'm going with Alanna.
Yeah!
You don't think he's going to see the big leagues again?
No, I don't think anybody's going to want to put up with his stupid stunts.
Bam.
Right?
He'll be on his best behavior. Once he sees that doesn't play anymore and he gets traded or something, he'll be on his best behavior in some lower organization. He'll definitely get another look. Like, you can't be this first-round talent.
I didn't say spring training invite. I said he's not making a big league roster again.
Yeah, he's not sniffing the big leagues anymore, kid.
I disagree. I think.
But Pap was the judge, and I got to keep my challenge.
That's fine. There will be a team like the Rockies or the Pirates or the Reds. We'll be back.
No, people talk. People talk. Welcome back here. The Red Sox have decided to go to the pen. Tyler Samaniego, the left-hander, out of the bullpen. Good job by Sonny Gray coming off the IL. 5 innings of shutout ball. All right, so this is the first time the three of us are together again in the 2026 season. So we were asked by our producer, Mark, what off-season things that we did so we could share with each other, share with the viewers. And I was fortunate enough to go to Africa. It was the most unbelievable trip ever. It was a milestone birthday. You like my hat? I mean, you have to wear a ridiculous hat when you go on safari, right? So just the most amazing experience ever up close. I took that picture. I was like from me to you of that leopard. That's how close we were. It was insane. It was such a cool experience. If you
Are leopards super chill or no? I feel like they wouldn't
Not
be.
if you approach them. No. I mean, we were in the car and they're used to that. But if you get out, then you're food, then your dinner. It was amazing. So thanks to my husband for that. It was incredible. And then we asked you guys what you did. So Pap, why don't you go ahead and take us through your off season?
Well, first off, I noticed there's a pool in Africa. I mean, like, what
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
like
that was
five-star
in
resort did y'all
that
stay
was in
at in
Cape
Africa?
Town. That was in Cape Town before we went to the actual private reserve where we went to Kroger National Park. But that was in Cape Town at a beautiful hotel, and of course I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, we went to Cape Town first, and then we went to the wine country there, and then we went to the safari. So it was highly, beautiful people, amazing food. It was just the coolest thing ever. It was a bucket list item for me.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Pep?
Did a lot of duck hunting. Had my daughter's homecoming.
Aw,
There
look
you
at
go.
that. Beautiful.
And Mississippi State alumni game right there. That's Palmero, Rafael Palmero, and myself. There's Will Clark and our new head coach. We did a big NIL fundraiser, and there's like 10,000 people that showed up. We did that. Not a whole lot though. I mean, just trying to raise kids and keep them, out of the streets.
Out of trouble. That's right. So you said not a whole lot. Speaking of not a whole lot, I see you're not a whole lot, and I raised you Jared Carrabis' photos. Take a look at what he did this offseason. See if you notice anything. Yeah, that's right. Because my man went through his entire Rolodex, his entire camera roll, not one off-season photo. He literally did nothing of importance or of value this offseason. What is wrong with you?
Nothing at all. I went to Kowloon a few times. I don't know if that counts.
You went to some cheer comps.
Went to some cheer comps. We did North Conway, but I got sick immediately.
What's North Conway?
You don't know North Conway? I've only been there once. I'm not really like a go outside guy, but it's like they've got like they go like skiing and stuff.
Okay.
Like we went tubing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, there's no like pictures from that trip. The only pictures was like me and D-Train in like bathrobes because we went in like the hot tub. And
Can I get a hot tub?
yeah, nothing really. I didn't do much. I don't do things. I just work. Like all I do is baseball.
In the off season, that's all you did? Like what were you doing in the off season? The Red Sox weren't doing anything. What were you doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't think I did anything, Alanna. I really didn't.
Thank God for you. This was a quick inning. We'll be right back. We'll make our way to the 7th inning. We're looking back at the 4th inning, but we are in the 7th inning in this ball game, I believe. Alanna Rizzo, Jonathan Papelbon, Jared Carrabis with you, and we are happy to welcome as our first guest of the 2026 season, your boy and mine, Tyler Milliken. Tyler, what is going on?
Speak for yourself.
Whoa.
Aren't you guys like besties?
Yeah. Right, T?
You're like my big brother.
That's true. Yeah.
Aw. Tyler,
like
good to be with you. Thank you for coming on. You were excited when you joined us in the break because you said the Sox are playing good baseball. It's about time, no?
Oh, definitely. Listen, 6-4, the Chad Sox, that's about to be a whole storyline. Now, will I acknowledge in every game this series there's been massive defensive blunders that have given the Red Sox offense some life?
Wait,
100%.
Okay. I was about to say, not on the Sox part. They're doing better defensively. Okay.
One of the best teams in baseball, if not the best defensively right now.
What changed? They used to be one of the worst.
I think it's the roster building. I think that's something you got to give Craig Breslow credit for if we're going to talk about how thin the lineup is, and that is Breslow's fault. Wilson Contreras, I spoke all offseason about the outs above average. It was +6, and he's showing up. He looks like a Gold Glove caliber first baseman to me. Caleb Durbin right now, if you want to look at advanced metrics or whatever it is, outs above average, the only guy that's comparable to him is Matt Chapman. And I think in a lot of people's eyes, Matt Chapman is the best defensive third baseman in baseball. Even Trevor Story, as much as people, cried and moaned early in the season, he's kind of found it lately. And Marcelo Meyer at second base is as smooth as it gets. We know what the outfield was last year in terms of defense. 2 Gold Glovers out there, and Abreu and Rafaela. Great play today from Abreu to save a couple runs. Yeah, I think they could play some defense. It's just how often can they hit the ball?
So, Tyler, Jonathan Papelbon was saying that Caleb Durbin needs to put together some good at-bats, but you love his defensive metrics. At what point does it balance itself out?
If he looks the way he has for the majority of the season, it's not going to work. It's awesome that you can play a really nice third base, but you can find plenty of guys that can play strong defense at that position. And that's where I think the conversation of Ceddanne Rafael at a second base might start to play up a little bit more. I've been impressed since Tracy took over that there's been this real emphasis on keeping Duran in the lineup because I never viewed him as the type of ball player that would handle sitting somewhat, or just having his playing time be kind of infrequent, moving back and forth. He didn't seem like the type of ball player that would handle that well for me. I would sit there, and if Durbin can't hit, I think there's a real conversation to be had that you move Meyer to third base. Would you want to platoon him with Durbin at that point? You can have that convo. But the way Rafael has swung it this year, I think you can have that conversation a lot easier than you could a year ago or even 2.
T, the American League sucks. The Yankees are a good team. Don't clip that. But the rest of the league is hot garbage. If the Red Sox, what do you need to see? What type of run do you need to see the Red Sox go on to be like, all right, maybe it's not a World Series year, but the idea that our summer is already ruined, what kind of run do you need to see them go on?
I just want to see them go out there and hit. I know how this team is going to pitch. I'm pretty confident, even with Crochet going down, that they're going to be a top 10 rotation bare minimum. The bullpen has been really good without Justin Slayton here. The fact that he's looked incredible through 2 rehab outings, that's exactly what you need if you want less of Greg Weissert out there.
I asked you what run do they need to go on, and you start talking to me about Justin Slayton.
Yes, listen, this is the way they're built to win.
Give me a sample of games, and what does their winning percentage have to be? Justin Slayton.
All right, if we're going to start with this Tiger series where you swept, let's call it, or you're going to sweep. Let's not speak it. I might just curse them with that quote alone. But if you can give me a 10-game stretch.
Go ahead.
If you could give me a 10-game stretch here where the offense is consistent and you look at some of their metrics since Fatsy got fired, yeah, they're a little skewed because some games you blew up and had these big offensive games. But if you can sit and be a league average offense, this team can, be a fringe wild card team bare minimum. But even right now, you win today, you're exactly where the 2025 Red Sox bottomed out, 5 games below 500. You still need to just get back there and now get hot to push you even further beyond it.
Bare minimum fringe wild card, T. I see them that's the ceiling wild card.
Yeah, listen, I think at that point, if you're going to pitch really well and be able to hold yourself in those conversations and where the American League is right now, with the league average offense, you should be able to hold that ground. It's just last year, that 10-game winning streak, you don't see stuff like that. You got to go back to 2018 to get that. So to expect yourself to be able to get that hot again and pull yourself out, that's asking a ton. It's asking a lot, and I think for a group that really doesn't have an offense that can get hot and carry them like it did for those 10 games, just not a good spot to be in.
Are you worried about Roman?
Yes. I wish I could say I wasn't in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the wrist. It's the wrist for a guy who seemingly every time he gets going this year, something pops up. It was the back last time. This time the wrist. But I think
Alana's
for
been
Roman,
cooking tonight, T. I'll be honest. She's been whipping her ass in all the predictions and everything. Her takes have been red hot. That's what I'm saying. I during the commercial break, I was like, Section 10, when? And she was like, talk to my agent.
Whoa.
That's not even.
She said, I have an appearance fee specifically for your show.
That's pretty
3
much,
hours.
that's pretty much how
3
that went
hours
down.
after tonight. Please. We'll be cooking till 2
Hey,
a.m.
so
I promise you.
I got a question for you, Ty.
Please.
Are the Red Sox now, are they a better team without Alex Cora, Jason Varitek, and the entire staff? Or are they a better team?
I'm not there yet. I can't say it. I'm a big Alex Cora guy. I'll always be really consistent on that. I think there was just some positive regression that was bound to happen with the offense. This group, say what you will, they are not a bottom 3 offense in the league. I think everyone had them league average, maybe bottom 10 worst case scenario, but right at the top of that, 19, 20th in OPS. But they were bound to start hitting a little bit, and you saw in the Houston series, they had traffic, man. There was no traffic the first 3 weeks of the year. They couldn't even generate those kind of situations. So are they a better team? No, I don't think Chad Tracy's done anything revolutionary, at least for me so far, that is a dramatic shakeup or something I can point to and be like, Alex Cora would have never done that.
Yeah, I was asked that question the other day, and I totally agree with you. I mean, they're the same things. They're doing the same things. They're the same players. It's not, like you said, nothing revolutionary has happened from the difference between Chad Tracy and Alex Cora.
People are almost desperate, I think, to find that thing. It's like, look at Marcelo Meyer. He's facing lefties. I hate to tell you, he's sat in against both lefties they face so far. So he's still being platooned out there. Like Eric Lauer, if you're not hitting against him, he's one of the worst lefties in the league. Like, they're clearly treating you as a platoon player. In terms of pulling pitchers, like, there's never been a moment where I was like, Tracy, showed a lot more faith in that guy than anybody else would have. I think the one thing you can really cling to is the handling of Yoshida. And how much of that is just, at the time, early in the season, you needed offense. I think Cora started being more aggressive with Yoshida because they were desperate to win games.
Wow.
If Durant had been hitting the whole time, he would have been playing a lot more.
Turbin with the stolen base. Let me ask you this then. Was it just to have a change of voice, T, or was it because Chad Tracy is more easily, I don't want to say manipulated, that's not the right word, but more easily directed?
It's a good question. Hearing him kind of talk on radio today, Tracy, about the collaborative approach with the lineup, I think tells you how much influence is coming in from the front office at this point.
He's not writing the lineup. He's not putting the lineup together. That I can
And
promise
I don't think Alex Cora would have ever been the guy to let someone touch that lineup.
No
Not a
way.
single soul would allow that. So if that's some of the stuff where you can look at it and say that's the Chad Tracy effect, okay, I'll hear you out. Still, Trevor Story's hit 4th at points over the last week or so. So it's not that dramatically different to me. And I think there's a fair chance we would have saw Anthony moving down to the 3 spot once he returned, because that's when Durant was starting to get going.
Alanna, we talked about this earlier. They hired all these minor league coaches so that Breslow can do what Breslow wants to do. So, and have his puppets, yeah. So at the same time, like, guess what? From here on out, if they don't do anything, if they don't make playoffs, they lose, guess who we get to blame? None other than Craig Breslow. So Craig Breslow, be ready to get the blame put solely on you after this season if it doesn't go away, because there's still time left. Everybody says, there's still time left. So when there's time runs out and there's still 10 games, in my opinion, going to be 10 games out of wild card, guess who we're going to be blaming? Craig Breslow.
Right. I mean, he wasn't going to fire himself, and he wanted to. I think there's just too much ego. I mean, he's going to fire them before they fire me. T, am I close to right on that?
I think 100%. And there's this story, Jed McCaffrey wrote it in The Athletic, and it just sits in my mind all the time. Chaim Bloom and Craig Breslow spent a large portion of the offseason at their kids' games. They both live locally on the same baseball fields. And when that article dropped and it mentioned them talking and kind of going through their whole process, you're telling me Craig Breslow didn't sit there and Chaim Bloom told them, hey, this is what happened to me. back in 2023. I got brought in. I had this entire vision. And when things started to go sideways in 2023, Core was able to kind of work his magic, use his connections with the ownership group and a lot of those relations. And Core ended up being the guy that survived it. He won the power struggle. You're telling me that with some of Core's comments, and I think he was telling you that he was unhappy with certain parts of the roster or even handing out extensions to young players. You're telling me that Breslow didn't just try to jump the shark there. He didn't want to lose that same power struggle. So guess what? You cut out what you view as a cancer or what you think is the problem in all this. And like Pap said, we're about to see who's right, because he keeps telling you, Craig Breslow himself, we did it with plenty of time left in the year to salvage what we think is a very good roster. Well, okay, you should be held to that.
I don't think it's a very good roster, but I do think it's a salvageable season. And I'm with you, T. I'm concerned about the wrist as a chronic wrist injury guy myself. It sucks. It's like the slightest thing, sleeping on it wrong, can aggravate it, and then next thing you know, you're in a wrist brace for a month. I do have concerns about the Roman injury. So last year, Roman was the guy. It was, if Roman's hot, the Red Sox are going to take off. If Roman has to miss any time, who's the guy right now that has to get hot for the Red Sox to take off if it's not Roman Anthony?
It's probably Wilson Contreras, just because he is the best hitter in this lineup, in my opinion. Wilyer Abreu getting hot again over the last 10 days or so has been big. But if you're looking for the wild card, my guy right now, it's Marcelo Meyer. I think the at-bats all season long have been very impressive. But as of late, we started to see a lot more line drives and just the kind of overall approach up there. I didn't expect him to develop this quickly offensively. And if you're looking for a young player to kind of fuel the rest of the group, get everyone moving in the same direction, to me, he has as much upside as any other bat in this lineup. And it's a lineup, let's be real, that doesn't have a ton of that upside overall.
But he doesn't slug enough for me yet. Like, I feel like if you're going to carry the weight of the team, the offense, you got to be a slug guy. That's why I'm kind of looking at Duran here, because doubles, triples, homers, like he's got it all in his bag. And I mean, if they're going to keep batting him leadoff, like if he's going to get a lot of ABs at the top of the order, then he sets the tone for the game. And he's also a guy that can, like, look at him go. Like, he can create havoc in a lot of different ways. So I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, Wilson Contreras, I would agree, has been the best hitter on the team this year, and he may have the best.
He said it was Caleb Durbin earlier. He missed it.
Well, my set of standards was in the last 5 minutes. It was, I mean, he might end up being the best hitter in Red Sox history next to maybe David Ortiz and
If
Ted
Spencer
Williams.
Torkelson plays first base every day, you definitely have a shot.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at those two guys. Give me WC-40 and Jarren Duran.
Go back to last summer in that month of July.
I like that same thing.
Like, there was really Jarren Duran who carried your offense. He had over 1,000 OPS that month, and it got to the point where you stopped talking about trades for a guy like Dylan Cease that you were seemingly pretty deep in, and it was because you needed Jarren Duran to be part of this team. And I'd look over people who want him traded right now. The most logical spot was the Astros, and now that Carlos Correa's ankle is just shredded once again, Paredes has a spot on that team, so that trade isn't going to line up. I don't really see a lot of pathways where you trade Duran and you immediately get better, because the lineup's too thin. You need the ceiling he offers you.
The Astros also suck, and there's no reason for them to trade for Duran.
But they suck pitching-wise. They don't suck offensively. I mean, they're still treading water. Then that division's not great either. I mean, they're top 5 in most offensive categories. Their pitching is abysmal.
Yeah, I mean, it's an abysmal division.
Well, it's an abysmal league.
But here's what the thing is, though, too, is that I'm going to tell you right now, the Yankees are going nowhere. They're going nowhere.
I agree, Pat. I will not be challenging that take. That's a great take.
And also, too, Toronto Blue Jays aren't very healthy right now. They're slowly but surely getting healthier. They're going to have an uptake in this season. They're going to start winning more games than what we're used to seeing. And Tampa Bay, they're not going anywhere either. They're playing their Tampa Bay style of baseball, which is to pitch and play defense, and
then lose in the playoffs.
They got the one guy in the lineup that's probably going to hit 40 this year. I forget his name.
Caminero.
Junior Caminero,
thank you. And so I don't see us really having that big of uptake or that big of a better second half season than what we're seeing right now. So
The Blue
something's
Jays
got to give.
The Blue Jays got two. Actually, like Okamoto has been great. He hits a home run every single day. But before he's gotten on the tear that he's on right now, that lineup is just Vladdy Jr., who's hitting for average and not like a ton of power, and Ernie Clement. Like, they've been a two-guy lineup.
Well, Ernie Clement's having a much better season than I think anybody would have given him credit for.
Sure.
And they're really missing Bo Bichette. They're missing Bo Bichette in that lineup. Their pitching is absolutely decimated. Scherzer's on the IL. Jose Barrios is on the IL. Shane Bieber's still on the IL. But they will be
Cody
coming.
Pont's out for the year.
Yeah, they're coming back. All right, bases loaded. We'll be right back. Top of the seventh, one out, back on Unobstructed Views. It's a good situation for the Sox. Bases loaded in part because of 3 stolen bases by the Red Sox in that inning. Wilyer Abreu again with a beautiful catch. We're replaying that. Good defensive outfielder, obviously, Wilyer Abreu. He can hit a little bit as well. Bases loaded. We must capitalize here, get some insurance. Jared Carrabis?
Insurance?
Insurance.
Insurance.
He hates the way that I say insurance.
Well, it's incorrect, Alanna.
It's not incorrect. It's colloquial.
Yeah.
Regional.
I would love
Challenge that, Jared.
a knock
Challenge
here.
it.
That's an incorrect pronunciation of insurance.
Listen, you say rum instead of room. Okay?
I say a lot of words incorrectly. I can't say 12. I go A instead of E. 12.
12.
12 drawer I struggle with.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, Abreu, here.
I would love a knock here. Just put it to bed. Complete the sweep. 4-game set against the Rays. Remind them that they're the Rays.
Who are in second place in the division.
Yeah, but like they don't ever win anything. They don't ever win anything.
Yeah, but it's more important for you to win division games now than ever because of what you've put yourself behind the 8 ball in the division. So you've got to win these games. You got to win these series, and so you got to win 3 out of 4 against Tampa Bay if you want to try to make any kind of ground.
I'd be ecstatic with a split.
Not for nothing, though. The Tampa Bay Rays could have won the 2020 World Series if Kevin Cash hadn't taken Blake Snell out of the game.
Correct. We were having this discussion last night on the stream about pitchers with 2 Cy Young awards, and Blake Snell is like statistically, I hate to say the worst because I mean, how can you be bad when you've won 2?
No, I know though. He's had 2 really, really good years,
Yeah.
and both of those years were Cy Young years, but
Yeah.
he hasn't had the same type of numbers any other year other than
No.
those 2.
No.
It's
He's
kind of the
actually
Tyler
making
Glass
another.
thing.
Well, he's hurt again, but Blake Snell's making another rehab start, and he's going to face hitters, and then he should be back. And we were wondering when we were doing our other podcast, Dodgers Territory podcast, like what they were going to do because they have way too many pitchers. But that was before Tyler Glasnow had his yearly back issue.
But don't you
So
think?
did we just lose another challenge right there? Correct.
Yeah, we stink at challenges.
So our challenges are done. Correct.
They are done for yes, unless this
We've
happens
got
to go to extra
I
innings.
don't know what the stat is, but we've got to be last in the big leagues with challenges.
Yeah, it's not good.
Caleb
The
Gerber
timing
got
of the
bailed out
challenges
earlier.
are bad, and the results of the challenges they make are bad. Oh, the Tigers challenged that, Pap.
TS10's about to make this a 7-0 ball game.
That'd be wonderful. 8-0.
That'd be great. If Blake Snell randomly just had another great, outstanding Cy Young season, then that would mean that he would have to become, like, does that make him a Hall of Famer? He wouldn't have the career numbers.
They
He wouldn't
say
have
it's
the WAR.
based on longevity, right? And how much black type is on the back of your baseball card. But if
Yeah.
you have three Cy Young awards,
He'd be the only one to win more than 2 and not be in,
one would assume he would be in the Hall of Fame.
besides Clemens. But
It's a little bit of the Tim Lincecum conversation versus peak years, how much you can get out of that
Dude.
versus the resume.
But I feel like
Tim
Tim Lincecum was
Lincecum's
every
career
year
WAR is
was
like
so
17.
good, and his postseason numbers were super good.
And
Right?
I think the other thing here is how people grade Hall of Fame pitchers is going to change dramatically in the next 10 to 15 years because of usage. Like the same benchmark numbers that everyone used to use, 3,000 strikeouts, all these different things, they're just not going to exist today
300
because pitchers
wins.
don't.
Yeah, I mean, we had
Yeah.
that conversation about saves earlier, T, before you joined. It's like, is it a desensitized stat now because there's not that many teams of the 30 that have bona fide closers. There's a lot of guys at the back end of the bullpen that can get those final 3 outs. It's not like you go from your closer and work your way back anymore.
But I'll tell you this much too is there's the longevity factor in it, right? And so, like for me, one of the come to find out, for me, one of the main reasons why I didn't make the Hall of Fame was because of longevity. I only had 13 seasons, but
That seems like
nowadays,
a lifetime now.
Yeah, but nowadays you're not going to see that anymore because guys are getting injured left and right because of the way they throw and max effort on everything and throwing 102 miles an hour. Everybody's throwing 98 plus. And so you're not going to see the longevity out of Major League Baseball players anymore.
Right, so the voting criteria needs to be different. And it has evolved over the course. I mean, there's so many guys that are getting into the Hall of Fame now that never would have gotten into the Hall of Fame before.
Billy Wagner, that would be the first one that always pops up for me.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 7th, welcome back to Unobstructed Views. Alanna, Rizzo, Jonathan Papelbon, Tyler Milliken, Jared Carrabis joining us. No score, or actually no score for the Tigers. No runs, I should say. Sox up 4-0. What else do you want to talk about?
Let's give it up for Samaniego, Alanna.
Okay, let's do that.
Like,
Shutty uppy. That's
dude,
he shut him up.
I mean, dude has, I think, let's see, last inning, like 12 maybe? 12 scoreless innings now? Counting last inning, I'm not sure. Has come in and fulfilled a role that has desperately been needed in the Sox bullpen. And continues, in my opinion, to just get better and better each outing, man. And, you know, he's got great stuff and knows how to use it. And man, he might solidify himself in this bullpen before it's all said and done.
This music to Tyler's ears right now.
It is. I brought this up last podcast. But for a guy who had never pitched at AAA entering this year to have this kind of success in the big leagues and be a multi-inning option, look at guys like Giovanni Moran, how much they've meant to this team to get through multiple innings because they have taxed this bullpen over and over to start the year. They're shuffling pitchers in. There's already been 5 or 6 guys who've debuted alone this year. He deserves a ton of credit for that. And with the Johan Oviedo trade, it depresses everyone. I understand it, but that's something to point to. At least it's something that's helping your team right now.
Oviedo trade. Terrible.
When is the last time we got an update on Oviedo? I feel like I haven't heard anything since he
Forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oviedo's cooked, man. He's done for.
Why, Pap?
I just don't like him, man. I just don't.
Is it makeup, Pap? Is it things behind the scenes, or is it more?
You nailed it, Tyler. It's makeup, man. It's just he doesn't have bullpen makeup. When you pitch out of the bullpen, man, let me tell you something, okay? You got to have a certain type of makeup. You got to be able to go after guys. You got to be able to challenge them. You got to be able to have an out pitch. Dude doesn't even have an out pitch, in my opinion. So there's multiple things there for me. It just doesn't work out for me in Oviedo.
I think the scary thing for a guy like him, too, is with the fastball. If it doesn't have the life it had a year ago, he's just not going to pop in a lot of ways. And whether that was due to the injury, you know, you're throwing 3 miles per hour slower than you did, at least during spring training from what we saw. But it is crazy to think halfway through spring, he was one of the more exciting storylines you had going on. It's a guy who's had a ton of arm injuries, though. So to expect him to stay healthy, it's not really a fair expectation.
You know what's funny is, like, I remember when, you know, Pap came up and, like, when the games were on Fox and he'd be throwing 95, they'd have, like, the fireball when he would throw 95. Now you got him, Samaniego, out here just, like, pumping 95, and it's just like, that's not that crazy.
Everybody does that now.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yeah, we're just conditioned to be like, yeah, 95, that's cool. That's cool. It's not 104. That's, yeah, like when Daniel Bard first came up and he was throwing 100, like I remember taking a picture of the video board and it said 100. I was like, ooh.
I can't believe Daniel Bard threw 100.
He was like one of the first guys in the org to throw 100 at the big league level. It was like, yeah, it was like a freak show. And now.
Yeah, Daniel Bard came up throwing cheddar. He was supposed to be the next guy that whenever I left, be the closer.
Yeah.
And just was what you call wildly effective. Never knew where the strike zone was. Could drill 2 guys in 1 inning, but strike out 3.
Yep.
Did you ever feel threatened, Pap, or did you know they wanted to put Bard, you know, eventually into that starting rotation spot that we all saw?
No, I never felt threatened, really. I knew that, you know, to be a closer, you have to be able to have complete control of the strike zone, be able to throw strikes, be able to have an out pitch. You know, you have to be able to put the ball where you want it to be a closer, or else, you know, walks are going to turn into runs. Walks turn into runs in the 9th inning more than any other inning out there. The facts have shown that. And so I never really was threatened just because I knew he couldn't really control the strike zone like he should have been able to. But as far as stuff, had some of the best stuff that I've ever seen, just didn't know how to use it or could not control his stuff.
Behind the scenes, did you ever get like a feel that like the yips could be something that got to him the way he did? Because over the last really 13, 14 years, he probably is the biggest case of it, like when he was with the Cubs and in the minor leagues, like those stat lines were something. It looked like a video game essentially.
Yeah, it was funny because I knew that there was something up with him and something up mentally. When you would see him in the clubhouse, like if he had like a piece of trash and like he shot it into the trash can, but he missed, he'd be like, "Oh man, it's gonna be a bad day today." And I'd be like, "Wait, what? Because you missed that piece of trash in the trash can?" Or like he would chew gum or something, and like if it lost its flavor too quick, he'd be like, "Oh, it's not gonna be a good day. Flavor didn't last." And I would be like, "What, dude? Like this he's mind, you know what?"
Spencer Torkelson at the plate, guys. Bottom of the 7th here, 1 on. I only bring this up because obviously it's with a 4-0 lead. This isn't going to kill you if he hits a home run. But this is a guy, his first 23 games of the season didn't have a home run, and then he had a home run in 5 straight games. Then they had an off day before Atlanta, and he didn't get a home run in the 6th game because I think the off day killed them. So what does Samaniego need to do here, Pap, to keep this at bay?
Well, first off, he's got to be able to throw strikes and get to his out pitch. That sweeper of his is nasty. He can throw all types of pitches. There you go.
All right.
Be able to elevate out of the zone.
There you go. That'll work too.
I mean, for relievers now to throw 2 innings is something that is hard to come by. And so for him to go out there, and if he gives us 2 innings, this is an incredible outing for him. And this is not a game where it's a runaway game. It's still a 4-0 game.
Exactly.
So the Detroit Tigers are still pretty much in this game. It's only the 7th inning. So to me, he's done a phenomenal job and continues to do a phenomenal job for this bullpen, man.
His velo's dropping.
What was that last
He hasn't
one?
had regular
91.
swing and miss stuff. It's pretty inconsistent for him. He had to today with a 6.5 K per 9.
Yeah, I mean, I've already seen a 4-mile-per-hour discrepancy in his 4-seam fastball just in this inning alone.
Got to catch that. Say down.
Say down.
Mercy. Stay down. Still an opportunity for hitting to head to home run, Pap.
Oh, yeah, very true.
Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon, rolls on. Top of the 8th inning. We're going to get to that in a moment, but some great defensive plays. Obviously, a sliding catch there by Wilyer Abreu. Wilson Contreras, another great play for the Red Sox first baseman. And then Cedar Rafaela, Pap's MVP from last season, another beautiful catch in the outfield. You got to give props when props are due, Jared, and the defense has been one of the better parts of what this team has done this season.
I mean, go figure. They were atrocious defensively the last couple of years, and winning percentage-wise, they finally correct their defensive woes, and it's the worst team that they've had. But all that to say, things could be turning right now. Things could be turning. It's a big weekend. Obviously, Pat mentioned it earlier. Divisional foe in the Tampa Bay Rays. It's a 4-game series, but you do have the advantage of being in your home ballpark, so we'll see what happens.
Pat, Masataka Yoshida, 2 for 3 so far, one of the better offensive players as of late for the Boston Red Sox. They continue to roll him out there. I mean, at this point, this is a guy that's really forcing himself into that offensive conversation.
Yeah, and I think Masataka is one of those ones where, you know, if you just give him more at-bats, you can't have at-bats like that with your ass out, though. It's, I see way too much of that. I see way too much reaching. And as a pitcher, when you see ass out reach swings like that, you know you have the hitter right where you want them. But to me, I think it's a matter of, one, either putting a Japan jersey back on him or acting like he has a Japan jersey on, because when he plays for Japan, boy, he is hard than a firecracker, or getting him repetition. And I think the more repetition that we give him, I think the better swings night in and night out we're going to see from him.
What if he just has a big butt? What if the player's just got a big old butt? He's not really sticking it out. He just has a big old butt.
Yep, he does. Maybe runs like the wind.
Are you going to ask him to come sleep on your couch?
If he wanted to, he could, yeah. I would give him the guest house.
Guest house?
Yeah, the Masa house, we're calling it.
Wow.
Cedon's made some improvements at the plate this year. He's not swinging at pitches that are bouncing in the left-handed hitter's batter's box anymore. That's nice.
Yeah, he's 2-0 right now. But you used to look up, and all the time it was 0-2.
Yeah.
It seemed like he started from the batter's box. As soon as he got in, it's 0-2.
Yep.
Which is his count right now.
See, last year he's swinging at that.
Yeah. No, he is. He is. There's no question about it. And he's shown a little bit more plate discipline this year than he has in the past. And that's comes with maturity, man. I think he's matured as a hitter a little bit. We just need to put about 10 more pounds on him. See, he's not swinging at that anymore. Put about 10 more pounds on him, and we'll start hitting 25, 30 home runs a year.
Nah. Yeah, it looks like he put on like a little bit of weight, but I agree, Pat. I mean, this is a guy that, you know, it's a slowly but surely process with him. But I would say out of everyone that was on the team last year, he's the most improved early on this year.
I'd agree with that, yeah. I'm not going to challenge that.
You haven't challenged anything yet.
You guys have had some great takes.
Avi.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
He's waiting in the bushes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, kind of how we were talking earlier about, you know, a guy that could get hot and turn this season around. Marcelo could be one of those guys. It's just I've got to see more pop.
But that's my question for you is how do you know that? What gives you the confidence that he could be one of the – what have you seen from him, I guess, that he could be one of those guys?
He's a first-round bonus baby.
Doesn't
the
matter.
Talent's there. I mean, last year I think we saw a little bit more pop when he first got called up a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, he's a guy. He's a bat-to-ball guy. He's not a big swing-and-miss guy. Is he in there? He's in there.
I'll tell you what, the Red Sox are stealing bases all day long on the Detroit Tigers.
That's what, their fourth stolen base of the game? They had 3 in the 7th inning.
Yeah, Durbin stole 2. What are they looking at?
He's safe. He's way safe.
Safe all day. But I will agree with Jared on Marcelo Meyer. To me, he has the potential to be, to possibly, win the Silver Slugger Award even one year. I mean,
I'm only asking this because I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't, but does he have the work ethic and the discipline that it takes? Because I know a lot of first-round draft picks, high prospects, whatever, that come with a lot of expectation and a lot of fanfare, and they have the work ethic of a piece of paper. And that doesn't pan out, and they're not in the league very long. So does he, I don't know, does he have that work ethic and discipline? I don't know enough about him.
So I would say typically with your Cali bros, you're not going to get the highest level of work ethic that you've ever seen. But what I do leave the door open for is if you're best buddies with Roman Anthony, he's a high work ethic guy. He takes his job very seriously. So if that's your best buddy and he just got a $150 million contract, aren't you looking at him being like, well, if that's what I got to do to get the same thing, and I wouldn't you love to play for the Boston Red Sox with your best friend? You guys are both locked into long-term contracts. That would motivate me to work a little bit harder. So maybe there's a world where Roman is the influence on Marcelo, even though they're both young guys. I'm not saying that he needs to be influenced.
Same. I don't know. I don't know him.
Yeah, we don't really absolutely know whether or not, only the guys in that clubhouse really and truthfully know. But as far as just raw talent, I gotta go, Navi. No, out.
Oh.
So,
well,
Pep, they're challenging. So the raw talent is there. I think we all agree on that. It's just whether or not he's going to capitalize. That's it. All right, we'll be right back. Red Sox going to the bullpen once again. Kelly coming into the game. Alanna, Rizzo, Jonathan Papelbon, Jared Carrabis with you on Unobstructed Views. Once again, we want to thank Blue Moon for being a part of our show this season. We want to thank you guys for being a part of our show this season. 4-0 Sox as we make our way to the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, so Kelly's in, Pap. How does he be effective from what you've seen about him, his stuff? How does he be effective in this one?
All right, right there, start off his cutter. He's mainly a cutter sinker guy, right? So he's got to be able to X both sides of the plate. Now, what I mean by Xing both sides of the plate is that changeup right there goes away from a left-hander, okay? Cutter goes into a left-hander. So you have to be able to throw that pitch along the cutter with the changeup on the right side. He missed there, okay? So Xing both sides of the plate means that you can keep the hitter in order to say, hey, I'm only going to be able to use this side of the plate, right? So the pitcher has the other half of the plate. Hitters normally, when they go up there, they only can hit. You can't cover the entire plate, right? You just can't. So you have to pick one side. And so being able to X both sides will help him. And obviously be able to throw his 96, 97 mile an hour sinker for strikes.
Oh.
Got too
There
much
you
to
go.
play.
Well, you're
Got a guy there.
my man.
He's so smooth.
He is. He makes it look super easy, right? And that's not an easy play.
No, it's not. Especially if it's like tailing towards the line. You're running. You look like you're chasing a ball that's running.
Look at him.
away
He's
from
just having a good old time. He's just happy.
you. His line in the clubhouse last year, the best experience I've ever had. I'm gonna play that on the podcast every single time.
Love that.
We
Wait,
love
what was his
Willier.
line?
Huh?
What was his line?
He said it's the best experience I've ever had. Talking about clinching a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's a tough ball. That ball's cutting away from him. That's not an easy catch.
Two beautiful defensive plays from Willier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so see right now to me, he's overthrowing just a little bit. Like we talked about it with Sonny Gray, his stride, he didn't overstride. The lower half sequences the upper half. And so to me, he's just overstriding just a little bit right now. But he got back to it right there. But being able to throw that cutter for strikes and on edges and then Xing it with another pitch on the other side is real key for him. But
what does it do to your mechanics when you overstride? Pap, what does it do to your mechanics when you overstride on the delivery? Or what does it do to your delivery, rather?
Well, when you overstride, when you throw a baseball, you want your hand behind the baseball as you throw. And when you overstride, your hand gets underneath the baseball a little bit. So it's like pulling a blind shade down. When you throw a ball, you want your entire hand behind the baseball. And when you overstride, your hand gets underneath it a little bit. And that's what creates your pitches to hang. You'll hear people, oh, he hung that curveball or he hung that slider.
Right,
well, the
slider,
reason why you hang that pitch is because you get underneath it and you overstride a little bit.
The Rays beat the Jays tonight, gentlemen. The Yankees must not have played. Oh, they did.
No, they did.
They played earlier. Oh, they're playing right now, actually.
Yeah.
Rangers are beating the Yankees 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, that's tough to hear.
Foul ball.
And the Orioles, who nobody cares about, are beating the Marlins 7-4 in the 7th.
So
What a disappointment they
Samaniego
are.
pitched tonight. He's done.
Yep.
So we got everybody available for tonight. So we should see Chapman for sure. No, it was
With
4-0 game.
Yeah. You're gonna see Greg. Yep.
Probably see Weiss.
There you
there
go.
he is.
Yeah. And that's fine. He'll come on for the 9th. He'll give up a single, walk a guy, 3-run home run, and then they'll have
And
to
then
get
you'll have to
Chapman
get
up.
Chapman up.
Yep. Chapman will come in and get like the
So
last.
you don't have a ton of faith in Weissert? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
Nope.
Okay.
That's like I used to tell Manny Del Carmen. I said, Manny, man, you get me paid a lot, man. Come in here and set me up. Get me a 4-run lead. Give me one.
Manny Del Carmen is a new addition to the Nesson broadcast team this year. So we can make fun of it. We can make fun of him when
pride of
when you
Hyde
guys
Park.
are together.
Yeah.
Great setup, man. If it was a 4 or 5-0 lead, oh, man, he'd get me in there every time.
Manny was a first rounder, no?
Yeah. First rounder out of Hyde Park,
Yeah.
pride of Broxton, right?
Yep. Yep.
Ah, come on, Kelly.
Zach, come on, man. I love Zach Kelly. He's got to bear down.
I would really like to see Zach Kelly try to go to a split finger instead of the Vulcan circle change that he throws right now. I think just his arm action, the way he throws his slider and his cutter, or his sweeper and cutter, I should say. They call it a sweeper now. But I think it would really benefit him to start throwing a split finger, maybe working a split finger.
Who taught you yours?
Kurt Schilling.
There you go.
Yeah, he taught me it in spring training of '05, and I was throwing it by my first start
Wow.
in '05.
July 31st, 2005.
See, that's what you're freaking weird. How do you know that his first start was July 31st of? I don't even know if Pap knew the date.
Did you know the date, Pap?
Yeah, I didn't, honestly.
I mean, see, he could have given you the year, but you gave him the date.
Yeah, it was July 31st. Was it the Twins?
Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. I've seen this video 152,000 times.
Yeah.
Look at that little baby Pap.
Yeah, little baby face
Little
Pap
baby
right
Pap.
there.
Yeah.
First strikeout in the big leagues right there.
That's awesome. Do you have that ball?
Yep, right here. Right here.
Did your dog eat that one too, or no?
No, you know what's really funny is the last World Series out, he regurgitated it. And now I have it.
God, I'm glad he didn't like ingest it. Oh,
Good.
baby.
Yeah, we had to do open stomach surgery and get it out.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now we got it.
Baby.
That's awesome.
I feel bad for the pup.
Alanna,
All right, Riley Green. What?
Alanna.
What, Pap?
that was my excuse because the Hall of Fame wanted the baseball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and he said my dog ate it,
and yeah.
so he kept it.
So I was able to keep it, yeah. And
Yeah.
now it's been so many years later, so now they quit asking. So
Okay, so that was the okay.
yeah, I used the old dog ate my homework excuse.
Okay,
You know?
all right.
It worked.
It worked, yeah.
It did work.
Well, I'm glad that he's all right, and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a three-legged French bulldog. He ate it.
Tripod.
He ate it.
Tripod, yeah. Three-legged since he was like 5 months old. He broke his leg when he was 5 months old. They had to amputate the whole thing off because he was too rambunctious.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can still live a good life as a dog as a tripod.
Oh man, let me tell you, this sucker was fast as any
Oh,
other
yeah.
bulldog out there.
Yeah, they don't know that they're hurt. God bless
Yeah,
them.
man, this dude could haul butt.
All but
What was his name?
Boss.
Boss.
balls.
Love it. I thought you were gonna say like Ace or
That's my dog's name.
I know, but you bought your dog. I'm still mad at you for that.
Yeah, you know. We
Doodle.
had to, yeah.
Such a doodle. So many people have doodles.
We might adopt him a brother though.
I hope so. You know you can adopt doodles. Like I can help you adopt any breed.
Well, I don't want another doodle, or maybe I
I can
don't
help
know.
you adopt any breed you want.
Yeah, I think we D-Train's sister got a little pup named Rusty,
Aw.
and Ace loved Rusty, so I was like, maybe he needs a little brother.
Yeah, they're good together. They can entertain one another.
How about Zach Kelly bears down and gets a little punchy
Yeah,
right
let's
here?
go. Punch him out. Throw this sweeper.
Give me a high heater, Pat.
I'm looking for a sweeper out of the zone.
Bang.
Or cutter. That'll work.
Zach Kelly, my guy.
Sit down, Ningler. right, we make our way to the 9th inning, top of the 9th. Red Sox with a 4-0 lead. Of course, Boston, their last, at least last 3 outs. We'll see what happens in terms of this inning. Birch Smith on the hill for the Detroit Tigers. Pap, I guess, went to go take a break, but he's back. He's back. We were just talking about pups. Jared and Danielle have a pup named Ace. Talked about Boss. I have a dog named Bentley. Last night was Bark at the Park, I guess. I don't know what the Tigers call it, but there were pups last night. I can appreciate Bark at the Park in the evening when there's not sun beating down on these dogs. Like, if you're going to have Bark in the Park, make it at night, please. At least provide a lot of water.
It's a great call.
My only question is like, who's got to clean the park after?
Unfortunately, the poor folks that are cleaning the stadium anyway. What I don't like is I would be so distraught. My dog can't sit still. So how do you watch a game? Like, unless your dog is really well behaved and just sits there and watches.
Yeah, not all dogs are well behaved, that's for sure.
No. Yeah, no. Ace would not fare well with Bark at the Park. He would try to eat a small child.
Is he rambunctious?
He basically bullies children.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's good with adults, but then when he sees like small children, he's like, I need to
like in a playful way, or like I want to eat you way.
Yeah. He's not aggressive at all. Okay. He'll just
So he doesn't know his own size, like maybe knocks him over and stuff.
Yeah.
My dog loves all humans, cannot stand other dogs. But I rescued her when she was 4 years old, and she like lived in a cage. So I think she had to fight for everything she had. So she doesn't have any teeth because I think she was just like eating like rocks or whatever she could get. So we'd call her Queen No Tifa.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
No. Her name's Bentley, though, after Dirks Bentley.
I got 2 French bulldogs. I had 1 French bulldog that passed away, but I've got 2 now.
You had a good bird dog that passed away, though, too, right? Birkin. Your wife must have named that one.
Yeah, my wife names the dogs Birkin and Lux. Lux could be the leader of the LGBTQ community. And Berkey
Wait, you're going to have to expand on that. Why?
You got to know her. She's just, I don't know how to say this. She just would. Let's just put it that way.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
And Birkin is just very like, you'd think that he'd be like the president's dog or something. Very
regal. Very like.
Regal. Yeah, that's a great word. There you go.
Okay. My dog Guidry, who was named after Ron Guidry. No offense, Yankees, Red Sox. I get that, but
that's a great name.
My dad grew up in New York. He's from New York, so I named my dog Guidry. He was a southpaw, and he was very regal. He was a border collie, very regal looking.
Yeah, you could just tell, like dogs have, all of them have certain personalities
For sure.
to them, right?
And that's why people need to do their homework when it comes to breeds. Like if you're not super active and you never go outdoors, don't get a dog. Don't get a husky. Don't get a dog that needs a lot of exercise. We could do a whole unobstructed views on dogs. I won't bore you with the details, but.
I also had a family dog named after a former Yankee.
Who?
We had Jacoby.
Oh, I like that.
Once upon a time, we got him in 2008, so that was just tough.
Yeah.
It's like you had Jacoby with the Red Sox and he goes to the Yankees and it's like, oh.
Did you start calling him something else?
Jake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My dad started calling him Jake.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good name for a dog, though, Jacoby. It's a good one. I like that.
Thank you. That's on me. Thank you.
Since my dog doesn't like other dogs, I can't get another one right now. But when I do, I'm going to get 2, and I'm going to call them. One is Dirks, because it was supposed to be Dirks Bentley, and Pap will appreciate that. It was supposed to be Dirks Bentley, but she doesn't like other dogs. So I'm going to get Dirks, and I'm going to get Wallen.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That's right. Flying to Gainesville next week to go see Morgan Wallen, Pap.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we just had Zach Bryan come to Starkville, Mississippi, play at the stadium there.
Okay.
I saw him.
Did you?
Good concert.
He
was
at Gillette. Is that where you went?
No, he didn't come to Gillette last year.
No, he didn't? I thought he was at Gillette
We had to go to MetLife for that, which sucked. And then that's what I got the girls for Christmas. So he's coming in October, which means I'm not going to be able to go because playoffs. Not for us, but I still got to cover them. But yeah, they'll enjoy that concert while I'm watching someone else on TV. Playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a long winter this year, folks.
I still hold out hope that they're getting in.
You think they're going to get in?
I do. I said that today on Boston Enters the Chat. They said, what's my one prediction? I said, Boston, we still get in, obviously as a wild card, but they still get in. The American League is not that great.
It's not.
And there's 3 wild card teams per league?
Yep.
So you just got to be better than the 4th average worst team.
But they're not really better than anyone right now, which
Not
is
right
the
now,
problem.
Do they have the pieces, though, to get better is, I guess, the bigger question.
No. They need to hit homers. They need to start hitting
Here's
homers.
your chance. Here's your chance for Tristan Casas to get to the big leagues right now if Contreras gets hurt.
No
I mean,
chance.
he's hurt. He's not playing baseball right now.
No.
Oh, Casas is hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not.
I don't
he's
pay
not played a
attention
game
to the
this year.
minor leagues as much as you do, but it doesn't surprise me that Casas is hurt.
I mean, Milliken is sitting there watching every single game at every single level. It's a sickness with him. Is he an axe back guy? E. Okay. One more out.
Then we got Greg Weissert coming in.
Yeah. Yep.
What did we say that Weissert stands for? What does Weissert mean?
What it stands for?
Yeah, what does his last name mean? Didn't we
I
go
don't
over
know.
that on one of the shows? One who works with clothing or cloth?
Hang on. Let me
not
pull
know
this
that.
up. What?
Yeah, Weissert, one who works with cloth.
Oh. Wow.
He's gonna go.
No, not today. Yeah, but I think you're right, and I agree with you about earlier when we were talking. This team goes with Jarren Duran, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Like him being able to get on base, steal bases, create havoc out there. That's what they do, and you'll notice that. When Jarren Duran goes, this team usually wins, man.
I mean, it's just nice to see him on base this much.
Right.
When he's not playing consistently, he's all out of whack. No. Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Bottom 9, it's Greg time.
Come on,
as we
Weissert.
say.
What does your last name mean? What does? right, Tigers down to their final 3 outs. We are in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Red Sox with a 4-0 advantage going to the bullpen once again. Some stellar defensive plays as we're showing you on the air. But Greg Weissert coming into the game, it is likely derived, gentlemen, from the Middle High German word whiz, meaning white, suggesting it was originally a nickname for someone with white hair or a very pale complexion. The occupational origin of Weissert, it is considered an occupational name for a painter or plasterer, originating from an agent derivative of Weisen. There you go.
1 pitch, 1 out.
There you go. Plastered
There
that.
you go, painter. He won who paints. There you go. I need Weissert to be painting as he goes up there.
That's right.
Would love to be able to get him right.
You don't like the 5.27 ERA?
Yeah, it's not vibing with me, Alanna. Yeah, we need to get
I don't
Greg
like
right.
I don't like the walks, man. Walk too many guys for me.
Yeah.
And like you said, walks in the 9th turn into runs more often than any other inning.
Yes, they do.
That's why we need Slayton back.
Get Tyler back on the phone.
Gotta have
See how he's
Slayton.
doing.
The season don't start till Slayton walks in.
Ooh, that's a nice pitch. Contreras looks bored.
Yeah. This could be big. A nice little sweep. First sweep of the season, this would be.
Yeah. About time we need one. Because I'll tell you right now, the great Tim Wakefield used to tell us this. You break up the season in games of 10, right? Every 10 games or so. And in order for the Red Sox, I believe, to win 85 to 90 games or somewhere around there, they've got to win 6 out of 10 for the rest of the season.
Wow.
So it's going to be hard to do.
Is 80 games enough to get into the postseason?
80
In the
games
American
may not
League?
even be enough.
It may not even be enough.
I'm thinking it's going to have to be at least 85
I was
to
going to say
87.
85, 86.
Yeah. So
Well, we're down to
they're-
our final out here, guys. Don't forget, when we are off the air, to turn it right back over to Nesson. The post-game show will be on with Lenny DiNardo, Tom Caron, and who's the third person? Do we know?
I don't.
Just the two of them. It's just a two-man show for the post-game. So when we're done, but don't turn it over yet.
When the hell did Lenny get in here?
Now, oh, not yet. Lenny just like snuck in. He's like a ninja.
He's looking handsome as always.
He does.
Yeah.
Such a dapper-looking man.
He really is. It's his first season being a Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP voter.
Are you gonna invite him to stay on the couch too?
And he has a key.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a key to the place.
key, not the code.
No, not the code. That's a little
I was going to say,
aggressive.
Lenny's got a long drive home. There's some nights where
He
he might need to
does.
crash and drink some Blue Moons.
Mercy.
Yeah.
He has a long drive home. He lives by my favorite restaurant in New England, Matunic Oyster Bar. It's phenomenal. In Rhode Island.
I've never had an
Oh,
oyster.
it's so freaking good. Matunic is so good. They burn to the ground, but they have a tent across the street, and they have a new sister restaurant opened about 6-7 minutes away, and then the main one is opening back up in September. You're welcome for all that information. So good.
Connoisseur of restaurants, Alanna Rizzo.
I do love to eat.
All right, Weissert, let's go. Put him away. Finish him.
Finish him, Sensei.
Sweeper. Down and away.
Ah.
Ah. Now go to the sweeper.
Sweep the leg.
Throw the sweeper right off of the sinker.
Oop.
No,
Okay.
don't leave
Easy
that
out.
sinker middle.
No,
we got a guy
that's all
there.
right.
Stay
That's
down.
all right. Let's go. Stay down with the final out. All right, the Red Sox win it on the
1-0.
first Unobstructed Views
1-0.
of the season. We are 1-0, and it wasn't even a crochet start.
No.
How about that?
It was, dare I say, an easy win. A nice, easy win. No stress.
No stress win. Look at, they're so happy. Just hanging out in the outfield, just having a great time. All right, Sonny Gray, congratulations. 5 innings of good work from him. The bullpen gets the job done. The offense was enough. No retaliations, no home runs, so we all lost that. Well, actually, you were right on the home run call because you said nobody.
Nobody.
I was right on the innings. You were right on the home run call, and Pap was right on the no retaliation. So we're all winners.
And I was right on my challenge. I was right on my challenge.
And so was I. Jared didn't even bother challenging because our takes, Pap, were so good. Coming up next, Extra Innings Live. We'll turn it back over to Nesson. For Jared Carrabis and Jonathan Papelbon and our entire Nesson Plus crew, I'm Alanna Rizzo. We will be back on